champion prevailed, defeated the villain, now pour him some ale. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty.
Oh Lord, I see what brings me here. It's a mother to all my wanderings. The valleys green will age with me. Its dirt will shine and linger. And girls will come in fair.
Matter, Willie? Seems like you've seen a ghost.
I wish.
Nah. So it does look like you got a bit of a problem on your hands here. Don't know that I should be bothering you right now. But, when you're trying to get someone's attention and you finally get it, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's splendid. How the hell are you still alive? Are you alive? You never seemed to be. The last time we killed you, hell, you looked dead. Like you'd already been dead.
You burned my body. Is that not enough for you?
You'd think.
Oh, I'm quite dead.
Great, so I'm crazy? Or are you haunting me? You can't
I think it's a little from both columns.
I can't give you that $10 back. You know that, right?
Hell, I know you shot me and all, but I do miss you. No, I ain't here. I'm actually in hell right now. But, well, I did say earlier that we were ringing a bell we couldn't unring. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to make you an anchor.
So what are you pulling yourself out of hell across the river Styx on my belt?
Well, just part of me, not the whole thing, but let's say I'm half memory, half mind.
Oh, that's fucking great. So, like, pardon my French, but I'm out taking a piss. You and I are going to talk about it. Are you hanging around for an extended period of time, or?
Well, I can't do it all the time, but I can tell you it's you're. I will say you make a nice distraction from being tortured 24/7 or whatever they account for hours down there.
Well, shit, man, was it worth it? All that shit you got into up here?
I got a little ambitious, I will admit.
You're currently burning in hell, and you can't say you
Yeah.
made a mistake.
Well, some of that weren't entirely all me at the end. All right, I had a passenger.
Who?
It was a demon. It's how we stay upright after we die.
Well, it takes two to tango, man.
That's fair. Seem to recall there was some kind of a choice involved. I don't know. It was a lot like a nightmare.
Again, burning in hell. Can't say sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. I ain't gonna say it ain't fair, but I mean, you know, this does give me something better to do at least. He says, just kind of looking around. He says, but yeah, for the time being, I may pop in from time to time.
Fantastic.
I do, however, think I should, since your well-being is now very much more in my interest, I got some things I got to share with you.
I was going to say you have a vested stake in my belt, so keeping...
It would so appear. I mean, you stayed alive this long. Seems I didn't pick the wrong person.
Remains to be seen.
But-
We'll see.
Fair enough. This one here, he says, pointing down to the body of Olivia, the guardian angel, or at least that's her rank. She's wearing white, and she's currently in a coma, from what you can see. She is not dead. She is breathing very lightly. He says, yeah, you know, Reaper took this one here, right?
Man, I just show up and shoot shit, but I'm sure the sister's already sussed it out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Doc,
Well,
too,
listen,
probably.
This thing's kind of bad news. There's ways you can get a hold of it, but this one I seen going in and out. It's a coachman. One of the worst of the bunch.
There we go. That's that definition I was waiting for.
Yeah. Well, can you blame me? I like rambling when I get a chance when I'm not burning.
Hey, ramble away, man.
No. See, the coachmen are the ones who have direct access. That's the thing. And they can, seems to me, this place you're in, well, this one, at least right now, has been given license to come and go. They take souls. They got like 13 days after they get pulled up to harvest whatever souls they want. About 13 in particular, but something about this place maybe lets them bend the rules a little. But no, they take souls down through hell and down into the Deadlands, which is the worst possible place you ever want to go. Well, you never want to go, I should say.
All these people that are sleeping, they're in this coma, they're in the Deadlands?
Well, they're bound there. They're in the coach right now, probably. But you can get rid of the coachman before the 13 days are up. That ought to hopefully let him out.
Kill the coachman? I've robbed plenty
Kill or
of
banish. I mean, killing, that's going to be a hell of a trick, but banishing you might be able to do.
You met Val.
I did. I have met Val. How is Val?
Deadly.
Ah, that's what I like to hear.
Me
But
too.
yeah, you either kill the coachman or banish him, and that ought to take him out. At least that's what at least based on what I remember, should be the case. But it's pretty much bad news, because the more he can come up here, easier it's going to be for the reckoners, the big bosses down there, to make up here more like down there. They're trying to make Deadlands up here all over the place. Get people scared enough they can do it.
Well, we have a habit of making people feel at ease.
As I recall, that was a 50-50 thing, but don't it's much beyond me to make any criticism of a group with a certified holy woman in it.
Yeah, we're armed to the teeth and, I don't know, spiritual weaponry, bullets, knives, things that go bump in the night. What you're telling me this, Eli, is that we need to rob a stagecoach.
Yeah, ain't gonna be as easy as last time, though. I can tell you that. If you can find a way of call him in up, then you can. It's probably going to be in there. Whoever it is that summoned the fella, he's going to have the whatever. It's probably a book. He's probably going to have something in there that you can use to get rid of him.
All right, I don't take notes, so look for a book. Look for a book.
Look for whoever called the damn fella up, and use whatever he's got on him to put him down.
All right. So, bit of blackmail, bit of stagecoach robbing, find a book. I got this. This is on lockdown.
I certainly hope so, because he ain't the only thing around. Here's the thing. You remember that dead flea drifter we talked about from time to time?
I recall you being frightened of him, yes.
Yeah, he's nearby somewhere. Don't know where. You're going to be on the lookout.
None of us crossed him.
Skilled, well, you don't take much to cross. And I can tell you, skilled though you are, you do not have what you'd need to take him down. Hell, I don't know what you'd need to take him down, but ain't nobody done it yet.
Everybody always doubting me.
Again, this ain't so much doubt as self-interest.
Right, which makes me think that you're going to make me lean to the side of caution. You're along for a bumpy ride, my friend.
Yeah, but it was the only stage in town. It was the only one I could get on. But at the same time, I guess I could have picked worse.
It ain't going to be boring.
Picked the Marshal.
Beloved Western fixture?
Yeah, he's going to be a fixture of one kind or another sooner or later. You don't be careful, but
Well, they're going to have to kill me first. Keep that in mind, passenger.
Shit. Yeah, maybe I can have a nice little chat with them demons down there or something. Nah. No. Just, take this one down quick. You see that drifter. Don't get too big ahead. I need it intact. And he fades away.
Well, fuck.
Welcome to Deadlands, everyone. Thank you all very much for coming. I'm very delighted to be here. I'm Marshal Jim. Some folks call me Doc. And we're getting to a very tense point here in the Weird West. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing how folks tackle it. There's a coachman in town, Stone's in town. Who knows what else is going on? But let's all go around, say hi to everybody. I always do this differently every time. I'm going to start with Dot today. Hello.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good.
Yes. I'm Dot. I'm back as your much discussed nun, Sister Ruth Ramus, who is ready to assure the dead stays dead. I didn't come all this way to Desperation to back down to some stagecoach driver.
I know, right? What the heck? Who
Right?
cares if he's on the album art for this show?
I
Um,
don't. Sister Ruth does not, because she ain't read it. So she only reads the good book, of course. So yeah, she's back to put a whooping, holy style.
Excellent. Well, let's head down to Lauren. Hello.
Hi, I'm ready. I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. And I'm playing Valentine DuPont, who has never been awkward a day in her life, definitely knows how to read, and maybe no secrets.
None whatsoever.
Nope.
Well, let's let us head further on to one whose secret is just simply that they are a beloved Western fixture. Stephen, hello.
Hello, Jim. How are
Nobody
you?
knows. That's the secret part.
I am playing Elijah Hunt DuPont, man of the people, person that you can look to know that he's going to do right in the face of wrong. So get prepared for some fun tonight.
Awesome, excellent. And let's see, I'm heading west across the screen, and now now we encounter Katie, so I shall say hello to her. Hello.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Celeste Windspear, who is just at this point trying to annoy Val as much as she can, I guess. That's just that's what's going on.
Absolutely.
That's all that's happening.
And we'll head down to the bottom left-hand corner and say hello to Pope. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Pope here. Yeah, we're gonna go.
Your laugh makes me nervous.
We're gonna just do dandy tonight. That's all I have.
I'm
to
already
say.
out of coffee.
Oh no!
I'd switch to something stronger, sister.
And finally, we will head back up to he who has spoken with the dead, Greg. Hello.
I am so psyched to be here. I can't wait to play. I am playing Willie Kenner, outlaw, lover, best friend to beloved Western fixture.
That's right.
Back to
Awesome.
you, Jim.
Quite the team.
So I'm going to push things forward just a little bit as we are we have basically found another victim, the fifth victim, of the Reaper.
My God, sister's gonna be on a warpath. 5 now. There were 4, right?
Yep, there were 4. There are now 5.
Is it another? Are they connected to the mines?
No, this is
good.
this is a one of the guardian angels, one of Elder Kane's guardian angels. Who this is the body that Willie found at the base of the tree this evening. So I'm just going to ask sort of broadly here. That evening, Willie, are you going to tell anyone about the body or anything like that, or are you going to?
Oh yeah,
Someone else finds her.
No, of course no. Willie's gonna. In fact, Willie, because he's probably gonna take the body to the infirmary, because can he carry her?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
He knows what's up now, and he knows that it's the same as everybody else. So he would carry her in and just say, I found another one up by the tree. I need the sister. I need the doc. Probably Celeste.
Right. So we're going to say that after the ceremony, that where do you wish to gather to share this information?
Drink.
I was about to say the only place these folks gather.
All right.
Because you know they ain't coming to the church.
We don't have a watering cooler, sister. We have a watering hole.
Well, you have now a couple of choices now. If you want, you can go to the fives, which has your friend owns, or you can go up to the.
No, we need a very private place to conversate. I feel like.
Does Willie have a key to the fives?
No,
that's up to Erasmus.
How dare you?
Does Elijah drink for free there?
no.
You're supposed to be bartending.
Does Val drink for free there?
More out of fear than anything else.
I don't think I drink at this place then.
Because you don't drink for free? Wow, that is some cold-hearted friendship right there.
Cold-blooded.
You're gonna have to pay for your drink no matter where you go. Might as well get it for your friend.
He should let me drink for free then. I do.
No,
my
because you
favorite
have
drink.
expensive tastes. If you just drank what was in the pony box, that'd be fair.
He'll take
But
that.
no, you have to go all the way up to the top shelf.
Oh no, he ain't top shelf. He's whatever you
hold
got.
on, everybody. Hold on. I had a conversation with our friend Eli. You know him. We killed him a little bit ago.
What do you mean you had a conversation?
Exactly what I just said. We had a conversation, but beyond the point of him, giving me a telegram from hell, we got a couple problems. We got a Reaper in town. This Reaper
You knew that?
appears to be a coachman.
I know that.
There is a coach involved. That
Yes, it's because you was drinking when I told you. Both you and your character was drinking when I told you that.
Oh, here we go with the character again. Oh, character.
character
Go ahead,
assassination.
Willie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, so the way that I understand it, and you all are book learned. You all understand what the Lord works in mysterious ways. I only understand that 6 bullets usually takes care of business. But
Amen.
When have you ever gotten off 6 bullets?
And more importantly, when has any of your bullets ever kept the dead dead?
They got a point, Willie.
I guess he's firing blanks.
Seems reasonable.
I'm just going to sit here and let you all have your humors and just,
Now,
fire off.
Willie, want to tell me about the body you're lugging about?
Oh, can I talk now? Sure, yeah. Hey,
I suppose.
Doc, you can hold the name change. We don't have to turn this into Caroline's or the Improv yet. We can just keep it as the Fives. But what I was told by the dearly departed is that there is a coach involved, which is a stagecoach-esque vehicle that can be robbed. Currently, it consists of had been 4, now 5 souls ready to be taken due south of hell into the Deadlands. And the way that we know who's ever in charge of this here coachman should have a book or some shit.
I look immediately at the doc.
Oh, I know where it is.
You?
Shit,
Yeah.
good. I'm done then. And he kind of talks to the air around. I did my part. I made sure that everybody that's smart knows.
Here's
Is
the
that-
drink. Here's
Tell
the
Eli
drink,
I
Willie.
said hi.
Thank you, buddy.
Don't tell him that.
Tell him I said hi. I like Eli.
You like him?
I hate that son of a bitch. I hate
I know
it.
that's why I like him so
We-
much.
We tried to hang him from. Okay,
Oh,
regardless
my.
of your demon friendship, this book, where and how did you get it?
Who said I had a book?
Did-
Oh, you mean these? As I have all 3 books in my lap this whole time, just idly flipping through them. I don't know that these are the books. I mean, I know where the book that we need is.
Very dramatic.
Thank you.
Are we? Did I wake up? Am I feeling faint? Today's just
You
all of you
look a
being
little
weird.
Flushed.
Here's a drink, sister. That might cheer you up. A little
I
bit.
don't want your alcohol. Then I won't remember nothing. Lord knows look.
We'll put a bookmark in that.
All right. I'm guessing some
where-
of you.
Where's the book at?
It's in a house. Old guy lives there. It's kind of, I give them the general directions that Steven gave me.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to nab ourselves a copy.
I guess.
Okay. From
The way I
everything
understand.
that's been. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the way I understand it is when we find the book, we find the person that's in charge of controlling the Reaper, Coachman, whatever the hell you people want to call it. But
This is some goofy shit.
Right.
Extra dimensional entity summoned, needs to be dismissed.
Oh.
Has arcane tome.
What in the what?
Okay. So if we get our hands on the tome, we'll be able to get our hands on the ritual in which brought it here.
As well as probably the means of dismissal, but it's going to be dicey to perform. Usually these things aren't just easy to call up and far harder to dismiss.
I see. Val,
Oh,
you
hell.
seem to be somewhat acquainted with the gentleman who has such claim. Could you potentially call upon him to?
Oh, I've never met the man before. Just received some information.
Oh, even better. So you might say the two of you could go and have a chat.
Sure.
She says, you're good with lots of things, words and knives and.
Anyone who has trucked with something that particularly nasty is not going to be in a talkative mood.
yeah,
Eli was very talkative.
he has to be. He's in hell.
Oh Lord!
But
Then why isn't he burning?
I hope he rots there.
I think that's what's
It's
happening.
complicated. But okay, so we need to get the book. I need to get to a very particular place.
Where?
I need to get into the mines.
You need the power.
If I'm going to dismiss a entity that has the title Reaper, yes.
Now, I guess I'm more interested. Can I? Maybe there's a role for this. Would I know that? I don't know. What do I know about Reapers?
They have a tendency to mute marshals.
Yeah.
No, go ahead and roll a cult for me, please.
Oh,
They're part of a cult.
A part of it.
Blue oyster cult.
There is. Yeah, best to your understanding, and plus you also, you had a look at this one in particular.
Right.
Yeah, normally it's typically a death thing, where they're not necessarily going to discriminate if they're just doing their jobs, but sometimes certain ones will get to the point that they decide to take off on extracurricular activities if someone decides to make a deal with them of some kind. There are some that are dedicated to one side or another, heaven or hell, as it were.
Right. They reap the souls to one side or the other.
Yeah. In this case, from what you've been told, if this is a coachman, or well, you heard stories about this thing called the Black Coachman. There are a few things that can happen, and you're thinking ordinarily, yes. Hazard would probably have to do something. It could, if he goes down to the mines and you find whatever, if there's like some sort of gateway or something like that, and some kind of energies, that could be a thing that if you wanted to brute force it. But if you actually if someone did summon this thing, then they probably can also banish them, or whatever it is that they have in there can also, whatever document they were summoning out of, probably has what you'd need in it to banish them.
All right.
And it might not take quite as much effort as Erasmus is thinking.
All All right.
I'm
So
going to do it that way.
if the book talks about how it brought it here, it's going to tell us how to get it back. I say we pay this man, whoever he is, a visit, mount up a proper distraction so that, say, somebody with sticky fingers can go in the back and maybe procure us such an item.
Who are you thinking, sister?
Well, who's got the stickiest fingers?
My brother.
Oh, I'm going to go right up to that front door and I'm going to tell them what I need them to do. And you guys.
That
call
is
it a
no.
So
Why
what?
are you so bad at this?
I'm going to go up there and I'm going to tell them.
Wait, hold on. Let's hear him out.
Yeah, I'll go up there. And cause a
What you gonna
distraction.
say?
I'm going to say whatever I want, sister. Whatever comes
Elijah?
of this noodle.
So now
I'm
we
gonna
know
say
who the distraction is.
No,
Yep.
no.
Amen.
That's a terrible idea.
Why is
All
that a
right,
terrible
you can do
idea?
it, Doc.
No. Okay.
If you ask nicely, you can do it.
No, there's no asking nice. This is a practitioner who has crossed a very specific line. Once you go past that, certain things start to happen around you, whether you want them or not. You remember the barbed wire situation?
Okay.
It was
How could
over
we
so
forget?
fast.
That was a line, and that was an entity that decided to force its way into somebody. This is somebody who is trucking with powers that allow them to have a degree of control. But
Like,
they've
say-
already crossed a line.
Me? I am the opposite side of the same line, you understand?
I am telling you that being able to socially interact with this individual without it ending in violence is slim.
That's
You said it wasn't going to end in violence.
I expected that.
Doc, we went to church. We're holy warriors now, buddy.
Oh, Lord.
I think what the doc's trying to say here is once you go Reaper, you're always a creeper. Right?
They are creepers. And I'm
I-
the law and they did wrong. And I'll go up and tell them they did wrong.
Doc, I hear your words, but I don't think that we're going to be able to get around this one. Either we go knocking on the front door or we go knocking on the back door, but we got to get our hands on that book if we're going to get rid of a Reaper.
Yes, but you're halfway there. Why not we just sneak in, obtain the book?
That's the first thing she said.
But the
That's what she
sneaking
said,
doesn't
Doc.
happen to happen during the daytime, and we don't need a giant distraction.
Okay. Here, let's do this. Elijah and I are not sneaky. We
What?
proved that whenever we came around the back ass end of that crow farm.
I'm
And
pretty stealthy.
so how about we stand back? If there's a problem, we can shoot. Everybody that's sneakier or smarter than us, then you launch your scheme to go in through the back door, knock on the front door. But I say we use the cover of darkness as our benefit. And if it turns into a gunfight, so be it. But let's not turn it into a gunfight from the jump.
The only thing I might.
Knife fight, fuck whatever.
Darkness is spreading.
I have a question that I don't know. Do we know why he summoned us a Reaper?
Harvesting
Number of
souls.
reasons.
Didn't you hear kids were poking fun at him or something?
Oh, I seen it. Okay. So he's just working for nobody then. Say the man that brought forth this Reaper.
He's working for somebody, whether he knows it or not, but that's neither here nor there.
Eli said something about making people scared. And if people are more scared in an area and they're more feared and they have more of a terror about them, that it makes it more of an evidence where the Deadlands could come here.
Doc's eyes just go wide like pie plates.
There's that look.
There we
Doc's
go.
eyes wide. You made Doc's eyes wide-eyed there. Willie.
I remembered something right.
I have a thought. I ain't done it in a long time. No need for it, but nuns have a way with song. I have one song in particular that is known to put those into a deep slumber.
Oh, that's Amazing Grace.
Sure. Maybe for you. I find that song very uplifting, if I do say so myself. But say a nice little tune outside his bedroom window wouldn't hurt. Try to knock him out if we got to sneak in. Since we've made it very clear that half of us are not very good at it.
That sounds like a good idea. The other thing to keep in mind, if he's already summoned one thing, what's to say he hasn't summoned more than one thing?
It's true.
Yeah, Steve said he was pretty well guarded.
So,
Who's this Steve?
My cousin.
Are you related to everyone?
Who, Little Steve?
No, not little.
Or Big Steve?
Big Steve.
Okay. Dare I ask why Big Steve brought such information to you?
Yeah, why'd Stevie do that?
He just came a knocking and was like, by the way.
Yeah, let's go with that. Flips through thaumaturgical diffusion.
All right. So maybe a scouting party is needed? Because at this point, we're talking about it's guarded, and we don't really know what we're walking into. So before we can sneak into its house and take what is, well, soon to be rightfully ours, we should probably know what we're walking in on.
He didn't know much more.
That's why we ought to put eyes on it. Just, get a little...
Name's Mr. Langston, by the way.
Oh, you know them?
Just been sitting here listening to all of you go back and forth over the plan.
And what's it, Mr. Dyson?
Langston. Herbert Langston.
Langston. Do I know that name? Herbert Langston. Anybody? Any connection? No?
Celeste, is he nice? Is he a good man?
Not a word that I would use particularly.
I will say the marshal heard about them talking about Langston at the bar.
Oh, yeah, I heard about them guys.
Yeah. There was a bunch of the miners were hoping he would build them a digging machine.
Oh, right. Is this he don't happen to live outside of town, does he? On the way to the hanging tree?
Yeah, he does.
Past the hanging tree.
They got a lot of ghost rock down there in them mines, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
I simply give you a pat on the shoulder. All right. So is it true his property is guarded?
From what I've heard, I mean, everything else checks out.
The vision that I had was the two children. They were rather unkind, I believe, and he might have sought to take, vengeance. They saw something they ought not.
He's an old man, but I wouldn't imagine that sort of thing happening. But
Celeste?
He built a big fence around the property, but...
Yes.
How well do you know him, Celeste?
Not well at all.
But he was supposed to make a machine that digs. How much ghost rock has he had access to?
I can't tell you that. I'm not sure.
He might be mad.
You said they was mentioning him in the bar. What did they have to say?
What? Well, they said...
Do you remember?
Well...
You have to remember, sister, I unfortunately left my tab open when I left that day, so that's perhaps my fault.
Well, Celeste, I mean to pay you back for that too, by the way. I thank you.
Maybe all the dancing got to your head, Celeste.
You were doing a lot of dancing, Celeste. Maybe that got to you.
Okay.
He bought the he not only bought the property, he bought the Dixie Rail scrapyard next door.
That doesn't sound too good.
scrapyard.
Built
Yes.
fence around both.
Materials.
Not just materials. There can
That's
be
a ghost rock.
things like a good amount of machines, boilers, things with residue. Things that he could have been messing with that all of a sudden went wrong.
Apparently, he lives with his daughter in that house. Don't
He
know
has
her name though.
a daughter, and nobody ever sees her here in town. She don't come in, not for schooling or church or nothing.
I don't know how old she is, if she's a child or if she's a young woman. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
She could be in
Can
danger.
Maybe. Jim, is it still night? Is it still like after?
Oh, that funny thing I was going to ask was how long you folks waited before having this conversation. So you can tell me if it is still night or not.
Yeah, still not.
Okay.
So this is probably around
We
like
l-
1:30 in the morning.
I was about to say we left
Two in
church
the
to come
morning.
have this conversation. Great,
Okay.
awesome.
I can do this tonight. I have a prior engagement tomorrow night.
Well, aren't you a busy lady?
La-di-da.
Okay. Well
My
then,
dance card is full for that night.
Watch your step around here, everybody. There's shit being dropped left and right. Lest you slip on it.
whoever the
Damn horses.
lucky person is that has your time. We all right, so 2 out to scout it and come back.
Okay, let's just put the cards on the table. We're probably going to go over there. We're going to scout it. Something's going to go terribly wrong. Then we're going to have to act. We may or may not commit arson, retrieve the book, and then try and dismiss this thing all in one evening.
Let's
Pretty
do
good,
it.
Guys. I'll go scout this thing out. I'll go look myself.
Jesus.
Are you going to remember what you see?
No, he's not.
I've only
All
drank
right.
a couple.
All
Listen, let's all go. Let's just smart people that remember shit go up. Elijah and I stay in the back where we can still kill shit.
Say
Let's
we're good
just-
at killing. Can we just say that? They're calling him smart. Can we say we're at least
Listen,
good?
I'm not gonna say anything, but if in this group we're listing people that are good at killing, you and I are 2 and 3, and I'm not gonna say who's 2 or who's 3. We
Who's
ain't
two and who's three?
we ain't one.
We definitely ain't one. That's Celeste.
I don't. Celeste may be one. I don't know.
I mean Val.
Let's just
I've
go.
never killed anything in my life, so
Oh bullshit. Let's go over to.
Kindness, you killed me with kindness.
Christ.
Lord, I'm gonna have to go back to
I'm
church.
leaving.
we should probably go.
Going
This,
back to church.
yeah, someone needs to repent for something after that. We need to go.
Okay. Do you really think the whole lot of us going out there is the right choice?
It's not the right choice, but it's the most successful one.
I'm happy to go by myself if y'all too scared.
I ain't scared.
I
I
didn't
just
say anything about
I
being
stand
yellow.
out like a nun in the night. You know what I'm saying?
Now we ain't yellow, Val. You know that.
Well,
Sure I do.
depends on how much liquor you got in your system.
Well, I'll
But
tell you what. Let's do one more shot, and then we're gonna mosey on out there and get that thing done over there.
all right, how about let me get this poor woman over to
All right.
a proper bed instead of leaving her here on the table. And
Well, technically, Willie dropped him off at the hospital. So.
oh, I
hey,
thought you
hey,
brought them with you to come show us. Oh,
No,
great,
I'm not
perfect.
like,
Then I don't feel
hey,
bad.
we're on our way to the bar. I know you're not going to say no. No, I said
right, perfect. I'm not worried
he
about it.
dropped him off at the with everybody else.
Erasmus, what do you want me to do with this? Where do I put the body?
All right.
I'm guessing it's going in the basement.
Here.
All right. Well, if you feel like the Covenant of Darkness is the best time to spy on them,
Let's go.
let's tally forth.
That's come on, and I'm going to throw my arm around Elijah. 1, because I love him, and 2, because we're staying back. We're not going in unless.
Eliza pushes the old Winchester. He goes, "Let's go, buddy. Let's do this. Let's show him who's boss around here."
Uh-huh.
Celeste notices a very drawn out sigh at that.
Best friend and lover. Let's do it.
As we go to exit, I kind of grab, probably for the first time ever, I grab the doctor on our way out, and I pull him a little close.
Where do you grab him?
Just round the collar, Lord. I am a nun.
We're parched. We're so parched.
I know. You thirsty lie. I know we in the desert and all that, but damn. We just went to church. You know you drank you some holy water. So, little wine, little crackers. I pull him close and I say, if he, in fact, summoned the Reaper here the first time, most of the time he can summon it just about any time he wants.
Yes.
If that Reaper comes barreling down, because we're found out, we may... The sister takes a deep breath and she says, Reapers don't come unless they're leaving with soul. And we the picking.
No, that makes sense, but good news, bad news. Good news, if the man is not completely gone and he didn't summon it the way I think he did, we might be able to just use him.
Make him banish him?
No. When the Reaper comes, that reports say that whoever has the book can choose the victim. So hopefully in the scuffle, one of us can.
Oh, I see.
Book. I have a sneaking suspicion 5 isn't the number of victims, it's 6.
I see. And I kind of squint, understand it, and I say, well, I know you're a little on edge about the whole thing, as am I, but it won't be the first time I've banished something without a book.
Okay. Just... There's usually a price involved. And he just looks you like dead square in the eye.
I know this, but remember my job. It's to bring some balance. And if it means giving up something that I have to banish it, I will.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And he says that as he just takes his pistol, loads one right in the chamber, and clicks it shut.
The sister crosses herself, says a very small prayer, and walks out behind you.
He, as everyone's getting the head start, he goes back behind the bar and just gets loaded for bear. Gatling pistol, shotgun in a sling, a brace of bullets, a box of bullets that he now has in one of his pockets, and the Winchester.
Okay. So you head south. It's like 2:33 in the morning, something like that by this point. And you head down past the empty buildings on the south end of town. You get on the little road there, little trail, go past the hanging tree, big gnarled old tree. And you come out finally. You see this house coming up. And so when Langston purchased this property, he purchased the house and scrapyard next to it. And he built a big fence that goes around both. It's a high fence. And as you're coming out, you see the trail sort of going on, and then there are areas off to the sort of the west where you can see the house is on sort of the west side of this little trail. And beyond you see there are some starts of a couple of little smaller structures and rail spurs, things like that, small rail spurs leading sort of off toward the mines, which are sort of more in a northwesterly direction toward the mesa. And as you are, as you're heading up, you see they're basically there. You can just barely see sort of like the tops of piles of junk off to the side. And you can see the house itself. It's a 2-story, kind of little smaller sort of manor house looking thing, old house. Well, I say old, it was only built in 1850, but it has 2 stories. And then at the back, you can just sort of make out in the moonlight, which is quite excellent this evening. A tower that pokes up a couple of stories past the rest of the house itself. And it's still, wood paneled tower, still like you'll see on some houses where they want to make it seem a little castle like, but they don't want to actually go as far as making it totally castle like. So they'll stick a little tower on it.
In their freaking towers.
And there's a big kind of gate at the front. It's also a wooden gate that's looks basically the same sort of material as the fence. Still looks like a fence post, but you can see there's basically doors that you can kind of open. You can see there are sort of treads in here for folks who are like want to pull vehicles up the trail, that kind of thing, to go in through this gate. It's kind of in the middle, halfway between the house and the scrapyard, essentially, sort of right in the middle. And there's a bell that with a pull chain on it out by the gate. And also, you do notice on the fence itself, there are some places where there are like sort of a few crude pictures drawn and a few insults and things about an unusual a couple of unusual out of towners, basically, that you presume about this Langston and his daughter. And it hasn't been completely wiped off, it seems. You can still see it a little bit. And the house is dark. You don't see any lights on. Don't see any lights on in the scrapyard. What would you like to do?
First things first. Is that bell within reach?
Yeah. Well, if you go up to the gate, you can reach up and pull it if you wish.
I don't want to pull it. What I want to do is I want to take my Bowie knife, and take the ringer out of the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yeah, that's easy enough to do. You can reach up, sort of grab hold of it, and take it off.
No unnecessary noises.
Willie's gonna saddle up beside Val and Elijah, and as you've described everything, Jim would say to both of them with equal weight, no jest in his voice at all. He'd point and gesture with his cigarette. That's a kill box. We don't know those piles of junk. Person that does run through them like they're running through the halls of a church. We'll get turned around, shot in the back of the head. We can't go in there.
Need somewhere with an advantage point.
Yeah, we ain't got that. Now, Jim, you said there's a tower, right? They have a...
That's to the house.
Right.
On the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the second thing that Willie would point out. That's your sight line right there. They got somebody that can shoot. We're going to get fish in the barrel on our way up there. This ain't
How tall is
good.
that? How tall is that tower?
It's basically a total of 4 stories, basically. So the house is 2 of the stories, and then it's 2 stories above that.
This is say a mining town. I bet you somewhere there's some climbing gear.
10.
Proper distraction.
That's a goddamn fortress in there.
I'd put a 5 that book is either in his bedroom or in that tower.
Correct. I would too.
Jim,
Mhm.
Celeste is going to pull off one of the feathers from her necklace and hold it in front of her face, blow it out. I'm going to try to reach over to the fence and touch it. I'm going to try to cast Hunch and see if I can get a vision of what Willie's talking about to see if that's true.
Smart.
Okay. Do you want to now? Enough time has passed now. It's a couple of hours past the service that you've gotten 5 power points back, so you're probably good there. Do you want to use those, or do you want to deal?
I'm
with
going
the
to
double?
use my own, and I'm just going to see if I can get a raise and use my edge to see if I can
Gotcha.
lower it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's just spell casting, right?
Yep. Oh, that's very good.
Nicely done.
It's free.
Yeah. So she
Wowzer.
just yanks the feather off of her necklace, puts it to her lips. She's touching the fence, and she just blows it into that scrapyard, and that's what she's going to do. Yeah, raises on the skill. I can more information at the master's discretion. So tell me what you want me to know.
Okay, so I will spin you a little tale now. And this is actually, in a way, this is the other half of kind of what the sister's earlier vision was. So in this house lived Dr. Herbert Langston recently, and his daughter Daphne. She was about 18. And apparently he was in his front yard. He was often building in his front yard this digging machine. He was working on it, trying to get it perfected. And apparently you sort of see, and this is sort of these in pictures, him sort of talking to, and he's this sort of this big sort of gaunt fellow, gray beard, glasses, talking to his daughter, his blonde hair, who's kind of helping him build the machine. And through you get sort of bits and pieces of conversations where you hear him say that, okay, this is our last chance. This is our last chance. We've got to make this work. And you see them sort of arguing a little bit about that, or not so much arguing, but it's more like occasionally you sense that there's a little bit of an argument where she talks about like it's that he's been just not just further and further away. She doesn't like to see him like this. She's thinking about going back to her mother. And he sort of has an outburst. He says, don't you say that. The only thing I ever got right. And there's they calm down. There's a little bit of an embrace. He apologizes. And as they're talking further, time goes further on. You see that he's see that they've finished the machine just about, and he's like, okay. And then the Lone Star, the man from Lone Star is coming. The man from Lone Star is going to be coming. And you see him, it's like in the middle of the day, he's running around trying to get things prepared. It's only him and her there in the house. And you sort of in the distance, they look from the house and see this up on the porch. They see this steam wagon coming. Okay, or well, Daphne does at least. She says, I think he's going to be coming. And the Langston heads outside, opens this gate, comes through, and he turns, and he immediately sees the graffiti. And again, it's like his whole face changes. He's consumed with rage. He turns and he looks over, and there's in the distance, there are these two children. And he yells, "How dare you!" They're running off. And he's starting to fume as his daughter comes out, as this wagon is the steam wagon starting to pull up. He's saying, no, father, no. And he's like, "Oh, it's right to make this of me at this time. It's impossible. And he turns as she touches him on the shoulder, and he turns and he slaps her. She gets obviously taken aback quite a bit. And as she sort of falls against the fence, he's like, "Oh my God, wait, no." And she's like very upset. She gets up, she runs into the house. This man this man in a suit who has hopped off of the steam wagon, sort of looks at him, says, "Well, I thought we were going to do business, but I see that I think we have seen enough here." So in a suit, cowboy hat. And he gets back on the wagon and tells the driver to turn around. You hear Langston crying out, "No, wait, no, it's ready, no!" Time moves on. You see Daphne leaving the house. See him begging her not to go. And she gets into a carriage that is pulled up, a regular carriage, and leaves. And then he's looking up, he says, "What's that?" "Yes, it's their fault. I can do it. I will do it." You see him go into the house. You can't really see into the house from here. You're at the fence, but you do note that there is something aglow briefly within the tower. And you hear this sort of deep-throated and this black coach rides by, seeming to come from the direction, just appears coming from the direction of the mesa. You see Langston standing on the porch, watching. This thing comes through the wall. And you see this coachman hop down. And he says, "You can have anyone you like other than myself." It bows. And he says, "There were those, but start with those who have irked me." It tips its hat. And you see as the coachman jumps back up, turns, goes riding off, cackling, once again going through the fence. And you see him standing there for a moment, pale, as he's like, he's standing there, and you see actually, for the first time, he's actually clutching this book in his grasp, this big book. Like, it's going to come back for me, isn't it? Is it? It is. What did I do? Oh God, what did I do? What did I do? And you see him step down, and he just wanders, and he's like, "Got to finish. This is all I have left. I've got to just finish it. It's the only thing that hasn't left me. I've got to finish it." You see him wander back beyond one of the junk piles. And then there's a sort of a brief, as you're pulling out of it, there is a brief sort of note this feeling that there is something. You get this feeling of, it's like, just as the house stays there in your vision for just a moment longer before the vision drops, it's as though there are waves of, not energy necessarily, but significance rolling off of it, its age, something sinister. Not for the house itself, but something ancient, like a door of sorts that could, or a window that you could open or close or choose which way. There's a choice in front of those who enter this house, you think. Maybe not an immediate one. Maybe not something overt. But there are certain things riding on what's in there. And certain things riding even on you, there's, even in the junkyard itself, though, you get a sense of something even more immediate from there. And then the vision drops.
When the storm leaves her eyes, I think she tells all of that to the group, and is just like, he made a choice he didn't understand. And I think we have to make a choice that we don't understand as well.
But you said there was some kind of remorse that he might have felt for his actions?
I don't know if it was true remorse or him just regretting the fact that he doesn't know what he got into.
Well, regret is a strong emotion. He possibly could be persuaded.
I don't know. I think he's gone too far and done too much for persuasion.
Celeste, anything about that tower? I was thinking of taking a stroll.
I think the book's in the tower.
Of course.
Maybe. Yeah. You did see him carrying it too, so it could be in a couple of places. But yeah.
You said there was some kind of energy around the house, in it.
This whole place has that energy. It doesn't. Nothing about this place is good, sister, but I think you know that.
I think it looks kind of homey.
Well,
Celeste
Val,
just stares at you, just dead-faced.
Val doesn't look like she's joking.
We can't all have your aesthetic.
I think we just need to
in
put him
mind.
out of his misery permanently.
Oh,
Read.
hell.
What up?
Did I feel that he might be, because you said that I sort of saw him in the junkyard, do I feel that he might be there now, Jim?
It actually kind of, there is a distinct possibility of that.
I think she looks at Willie because what he said, and she sort of nods toward it. He might be in here.
That's bad. Real
This
bad.
is worse.
Yeah? Please.
Okay, so from what we discussed previously, there's a possible doorway in a mine. But before the mine was even a thing, people settled this place. People were here. Practitioners were here. If he was able to do it that easy, as you described, this place has already been pre-primed. That's why the energy's here. This place has already been prepped.
You said it seemed to take a lot out of him, right? It wasn't an easy task. Did you described him kind of like panting afterwards, right? Or like, yeah, there was an exhaustion, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but you also described something talking to him immediately after. Somebody already used this place. Somebody opened a door. There's already a presence here.
Blank
It is
face.
malevolent, it's old, and it wants to be used.
So how does that information help us?
Well, in a spiritual and biblical sense, it means that we're fighting more than just the old man, more than just the coachman. There's something else here.
Might be true, but we got to eat our elephant one bite at a time.
I like you, sister. I like you so much.
I like you as well.
Get him
Well,
right,
no.
Willie.
That's the.
You're not.
I'll be honest. Nuns don't hear that very frequently. Not in the Deadlands. Okay. So we help him move on, put him out his misery, take the book, banish the Reaper, and then
And
figure
we're
out
going
what's
to
in
have
our
to
minds.
deal with two other things. Hopefully, they're
Y'all-
one thing, but they're
Let's
possibly
just
two
deal with
things.
something here.
Thank-
Jesus, let's get it.
Thank you, brother.
Right.
I-
Let's see. My God.
All
Listen.
right. When there's some sort of mechanical monster that's possessed by an evil entity, not of this world, all of a sudden trying to chow down on your hide, don't say I didn't try to warn you.
I'm sorry,
Well,
did
you're
you
gonna
say
bait, you're going to be the bait for us, right, Doc?
mechanical monster?
He
I
had
am
to
walking
finish
away.
it.
Wait,
Listen.
Val.
Wait, before
I
we go
s-
anywhere, I got a very important question, and then we can
Oh,
get
Lord.
we can get on all this. He walks over to the dock. Can I get a key to the fives? Like,
I'm leaving.
Dear Lord, help us in our time of need. I just start praying for all of us.
Willie, if Stone shows up, I will give you a key to the fives.
I'll hold you to it.
I hope you never get a key.
Hey, Willie.
You ain't getting no key. I need a place to put my extra set of boots.
He just need to go in with you.
Why they been not?
So you said you think he's in the junkyard, which means he's not in the tower,
They're my worn and knocking boots.
correct?
Just that was
That
underhand.
that's what I feel, sister. I'm sort of, in fact, Jim, I'd like to take a few steps away and just crane my neck. It's nighttime, correct?
It is.
I'm gonna do just a couple rolls because I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna teleport inside of the junkyard.
Oh, joy. Okay. This will be fun.
Okay.
That one-
Well, there's that distraction we was looking for.
I need to ask a question real quick.
That was part of the
Before you do
plan.
that. Val, you said you're walking off. Are you heading somewhere in particular? Or are you just
It
Or you
depends
just
if
sort
I saw her leave or not.
I think you're still close enough that you probably can see this when it happens.
Do
But
we see
let's
where she goes, or is that
let's see what happens. First of all, Celeste, let's see.
How do I drop this in? Oh yeah, this button. There you go.
Okay. Let's see. Yep.
It's gonna be at a -4 smarts because I've never.
Now,
Well, no,
the
I probably
Huckster-
have. I
the
seen
Huckster
this
version
place
of this-
before.
well, the Huckster version of this is Shadow Step.
Yes.
So there are plenty of shadows. It's nighttime.
Mhm.
So yeah, have you seen this place before? You haven't seen the inside of it,
Okay.
because it was Langston owned this place, I think, before you were around here.
Cool.
Yeah, so you'll see, but you can see, you step back and you crane your neck, you can see a few spots. I mean, there are plenty of shadows in the junk near the nearest junk pile. So yeah, you could definitely get inside. Yeah. Do you want to, are we spending or dealing?
I'm gonna deal for this one.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and actually lay the cards out this time,
Okay.
so that everyone can see what happens. So let's see, you're a veteran now, yes?
Yes.
All right, so that actually will be 8 cards, and you make the best poker hand you can with this. I also, by the way, I reread, and there was a thing I did not do last time, that because I did not remember, and that is to do with backlash. Backlash can still happen even with the successful hex if you don't get a high enough hand to fuel it. So you can still use your own points to make it successful, but it's a
Jacks are
Yeah.
better. It's like Jacks are better, is what you're saying.
well, let's see what happens.
Last time I got nothing. Actually, I think I had like a pair of 5s. That was.
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Okay.
come on.
Got a pair of 8s.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Potential flush. Or potential
Little
straight.
Seven,
little known
straight.
fact about Dot. I used to hustle poker tables to make my rent in
8.
college.
You need a 7 or a king. Yep. You got 2 pair.
Nice. Okay.
You have 2.
2 pairs, 4
pair.
PowerPoints.
Nice.
Okay. And what did you need to do teleport?
3 PowerPoints.
You got
Nice.
it.
Beautiful.
So now you can. So yeah, basically, you can make the spell.
I can go up to 10 feet. So that's
actually the trade-off with Shadow Step is you can go pretty much anywhere you can see a shadow.
Oh, awesome. Cool. So does Shadow Steps change anything, like the what I roll for it, the smarts and
No, you roll spell casting and it'll
okay, cool.
It'll tell us what happens.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's very good.
I love this.
4, 8, 12. You got 2 raises.
So I guess that probably means that I'm not shaken or anything, correct?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, basically I want to get into what you see is that her shadow that's cast from the moonlight begins to grow as she dips down into the ground into it, and it's sort of reverse as she appears in the junkyard, the scrapyard, and she's looking around for Langston, and she's just going to let out this sort of shrill whistle that sort of sounds like a bird as she letting everyone know where she is.
Okay.
Well, anybody else want to show off things we didn't know you could do?
Oh, I
So-
like a little privacy, sister.
It's just a moment later that everyone, after Celeste lets off this shrill whistle, everyone hears this sound, this big clang. And then it's followed by another clang. And it sounds like it's getting closer repeatedly. Clang,
Toward the junkyard
clang,
or the front gate.
from the junkyard. Clang, clang.
Val
Clang.
looks at Willie. Go help her.
Help her
Val,
do
You
what?
can scale. We will all go help her. Val, scale. Can you do it? Climb it.
Sure. Takes off her coat and tosses it to Willie. Don't lose it. And she walks away.
Okay.
It's been a long time since the sister's seen somebody disrobe.
Just my
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. The sister looks at everybody and goes, "You first."
Right.
Let her
So
go
we
through
go
there
say
right there. You don't
hi.
even- What's her game plan over there? Why'd she do that?
Do what? It sounds to me like she was ready to take some action, and we're gonna let her stand in there by herself.
No, Elijah, you need to get up somewhere high. I don't care if it's on the top of the roof.
I
Or,
almost want to climb up with Val personally, but
You're not invited.
I mean, if you think you can
can't
do it,
stop me.
but I
You
can't
cannot
stop you
me.
from falling 4 stories. That we cannot help you with.
I'm pretty athletic. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
but just
Great.
Elijah, at least get to the roof of the damn
Yeah,
house.
I'm gonna look for. Is there something I can look for, like high vantage point, Jim?
So you've got a big fence all the way around this thing. Fence is
Right.
about 10 feet
How about
high.
a tree?
Not near this fence. They're the nearest there are bushes that are
Can I
kind
climb
of
a
on the
roof?
other side of the trail, but there
about
are
a
no
roof?
trees right around here.
Is there a roof? A second story roof?
Well, yeah, the house has a
porch.
second story roof on it, but it's not. You'd have to actually get inside the fence to get close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going in anyway, right? I
Mhm.
mean, yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Are we trying to be quiet still?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm actually, before you walk off, you feel the sister's hand on your shoulder. I'm going to cast aim.
On me?
Yes. And,
Ooh.
you're about to be our sniper, right?
Oh, I'm already a sniper. Sister.
That's what I thought. So, okay. So let's see here. That's my faith to cast it.
She just completely disrespected you, Elijah. I can't believe that she just did that.
She doesn't know I was in the Tennessee Volunteers there.
All I'm doing is making you better. Put your ego to the side, sir. All right.
Oh, is that part of my character? Flaws that you keep bringing up?
Okay, so increases your accuracy with shooting or throwing. Called shot penalties are reduced by 1 for a success and by 2 for a raise.
Oh, well, I'm never going to miss then.
That's the goal.
Reduced by 2. Yeah. So yeah, and now I'm getting a hold of what it is you're wanting to do. When you get over you're going to want to run for the. Yeah, there's a trellis you can climb up to get to the second story.
All right.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Just so I will know.
Thank you, sister.
Is
May the Lord bless you and
I'm just
keep
gonna
you.
send a message.
I am
Because
holy warrior.
An insult to the actual holy warrior.
okay. All right. Cool. The thing that just happened was successful.
Great.
And so you folks are hearing this clanging that seems to be getting closer to Celeste's position. What's everybody doing?
We need to get through this fence because I doubt we're all going to be climbing over it.
Does there look to be an opening or a doorway of some kind that could, like, is it locked?
Yeah, it's a gate.
It's a gate. Okay.
That bitch.
I'm probably climbing over, Jim.
Okay.
And I think when I'm far enough away from them is when that happens. And then.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just see briefly what those at the gate are doing real quick, and then I'm going to have you do an athletics roll for me.
Okay.
So yes,
Can
at
I
the gate.
throw Val my tomahawk as well, so she has an extra weapon?
I'm ahead of you. I'm already gone.
Oh, okay. All right.
I appreciate it. What I established with Jim means I'm gone.
The gate again is also 10 feet high. It is made of these solid posts. It would be possible perhaps to jump up and grab on and climb over.
They're made of wood.
They are made of wood.
Wonderful.
Sister.
I'm gonna burn it down.
I was about to say, burn that bitch.
Here we go.
I guess fire's quiet.
I mean, we don't have to. See, I look at everybody and I say, I could burn it down.
No, let's just get inside. I can't take it. Val's gonna be up there doing fun stuff, and we're gonna
I
be
look at all
out
them and
here.
go, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I can't. I don't know that I can climb this wall.
Can I climb it, Jim?
Here, just give me a second. We're going loud.
You've been trying.
And he
Anyone
just
else?
slots a solid slug in the shotgun. Click.
Yep.
Boom.
Blow the lock open. Okay.
Good call,
Yeah.
Doc. Good call.
I just need you to hazard. Actually, I'm just going to ask you to make first a notice roll.
Okay.
So you can let me know, so I can see if you can see where to aim on this,
Oh yeah.
because it's not easy to see.
All righty. Come here, Mr. Notice.
Okay. Yeah, you can see where the latch is.
All right.
And now it's really just a question of putting the gun up. If you want, you can do it point blank, or if you can just, but you'll be able to hit the target because you're not very far away from it.
I'm using slug. And again, yay for being the son of a homicide detective. Yeah, no, this is just a breach. This is close range, about 2 feet away.
Okay, easy
Shoulder
enough.
it.
Bang! You hit the latch, and the gate swings open. I would like an athletics roll from Val.
Athletics or straight strength? Does it matter?
This is for
Climbing?
anything climbing is
Okay.
climbing or throwing anything is going to be athletics.
Gotcha.
Um,
Cool.
yeah.
Raise.
All right. Oh yeah, you're good. You're over that.
And I'll say now that she's alone, basically her muscles are a lot more pronounced. Her nails are quite a bit longer. Her teeth are a little sharper, and her hair's longer, and her eyes are yellow.
Excellent.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
You ain't seen me, sir.
I was about to say the sister. She once the gates open.
That's why I left.
Wolfcraft.
Love you, Stephen. Love you.
Just so you'll know, Celeste, there is something coming from around this junk pile.
Can I try to hide?
You've got a moment. You can go ahead and make a stealth roll for me
Yeah,
to see
I'm
if
just gonna
you can
try.
hide. All right. Okay, that's a 6. So
Just like duck behind a pile of scrap. Yeah.
all right. And what are the rest of you doing?
As soon as we get in, Willie would just say, Elijah, see if you can get on the roof.
Yes.
Doc's sister, stay out of sight.
Willie,
What?
be careful over there, bro. Be careful.
Yeah, fuck. And he pulls out both of his guns and does exactly what he didn't want to, exactly what he said from the fucking jump. He's going to go over into the scrapyard to see if he can... The fucking kill box, and see if he can get Celeste, or help Celeste, or find Celeste, or...
Elijah is going to climb to the top of the second-story roof to see what he can see
Okay.
to help Celeste and Willie.
Well, you start climbing, and yeah, go ahead and just as far as it'll just tell us as far as time goes. Yeah, you're fine. So you'll be up on it, basically in a moment. Now, the rest of you're going in.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I will get to the edge of the scrapyard, and for the first time ever, I am going to get the Gatling pistol.
I was about to say, please tell me you're going to get something big.
Well, I'm supposed to be bait. And
I feel like I took your spot this time.
For all
Sorry.
we use the newbies are bait.
Yeah, I feel like I took your spot this time. I'm sorry.
No,
You get to be a hero now.
You tripped the trap. Now I get to make the biggest noise. As apparently that's what I do on this channel. I make noise.
Val's parkouring up the tower.
Okay. That's just going to be more athletics, basically, as far as the as your parkour check.
Deadlands parkour.
Raise.
You're good. Okay.
I see this going down. He breaks out the big guns. More guns. I would like to go to the front door.
All right. So I have a couple of things. There's a little bit of a question here. Val, what side of the tower are you scaling? Are you scaling a side that anyone else can see?
I'm trying not to.
Okay, so you're
But
probably
I
on
think
the
I'm far enough away. It's late enough at night.
yeah, you're on the sort of the back side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You see this, you all will see this thing step into the path in the junkyard. It is very big. Looks as though someone has stacked this horrible twisted steam engine of some kind on top of a thing with pistons, moving it forward. It has these clawed hands. In fact, I shall show you what I mean.
Oh, cool. Oh. Interesting.
And I would like
Jim.
everyone.
Okay.
I'd like everyone needs to make a fear check as this thing comes into view. So please roll spirit.
That's me.
I rolled a 6. That's very good for me, but
5 going to cut it?
Yeah, we're looking for 4s or better.
okay.
Rolled a
Well,
1. Can I
Okay,
can
but
I
not-
use fate chips on?
Yeah, because it was not snake eyes, so you can use a fate chip if you wish to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the red one. That's the D6, right?
Yeah, you can add a d6. That's right.
Jim, I'm gonna use a white chip. That makes me
Naito,
just re-roll, right?
just reroll. Yes, that's
I'm
right.
gonna.
That's 4, Katie, because you got a 2 on the wild die.
Okay, cool.
4. You good.
Cool.
All right.
4.
Awesome. You succeeded. This is good. Well,
Cool,
that's right.
cool,
And
cool.
I need to draw my chips as well.
No, you don't.
And
You don't have to do that.
You
don't
don't
have to do that.
gotta.
I
You don't
feel as
got
though
it,
to
Jim.
provide the best experience, I really should.
The
So
best experience.
this thing just comes in, and it is a bit of a shock to see. And I will now roll its notice to see if it sees Celeste, who is hiding. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I get 1 because there was a red chip. There we go. All right. I will roll its notice.
75.
Nothing. Oh, that's bullshit.
It got a 7.
God damn it.
It knows where you are.
Ah!
Don't worry about
Looks
it. I
down
got
and
you.
immediately begins.
The moment it looks down,
Yeah.
I cast. Can I cast?
Well, I have a feeling as though we should start dealing.
Great.
Let's deal the cards out, shall we? It is time. It is time, folks. Time has come.
We need
You
to get
fight the
Willie.
scrap
we need to
monster.
get Willie some good cards right now.
All right. Here we
God,
go.
it's been forever since I've done combat in Deadlands. Oh God.
All right, here we go. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh yes.
Okay. Do-do-do.
Take that second one.
Yep, and I think you want the king.
Shit. Yeah, I'll take the king.
Okay, and Celeste goes on a 10, and the scrap monster goes on a 4.
Yes. Price. Price.
Get
Okay.
fucked, scrap monster. All right.
And so that means that Willie gets to go first.
Okay, so Jim, when I look up and see this fucking steampunk Voltron, can I shoot this thing? I'm looking for weaknesses. Like joints, fuel line, nuts, whatever this thing might have that I could bring it down with. So he's going to shoot, and then he wants to hide back behind his side of the wall. I'm keeping in cover. I am not going to just stand there and like high noon this shit with fucking, the Iron Giant.
Yep. All right. Yes, this thing is heavily armored. It's
You don't
probably
say.
not going to be too hard. Yeah, not going to be too hard to hit. Going to be a little hard to damage. You can tell that immediately.
Okay, do I think that my special ammunition might help here?
It might. It might a little bit. Anything that's armor piercing is going to help really more than anything else. You think?
I got armor piercing.
Okay, so then he spins both of his guns until they hit the final two chambers in his revolver, and so my first 2 shots are going to be with those, Jim. If that's
All right. Mm-hmm.
it's been a hot minute since we've. Shit. First one's an 8.
Well, that's a raise. You're going to get the extra damage on it.
Okay. My second one You want me to roll damage for that? I should probably do that, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So it's going to be 13.
And I do have armor piercing on these, so.
Oh, how much armor piercing do you have?
1.
1. Okay. That is just enough to shake it.
Nicely done.
All right.
Oh yes, it is shaken. You aim at this thing. It's like clink clank, and starts juddering, trying to get in your direction, but it hasn't. It's slow. It's a little slow.
Well, I'm going to shoot again because I've got a couple more of these I can do.
Go ahead.
8 again.
All right. You get your bonus damage. Oh, very good. 25.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see.
Holy mother.
Scrap monster.
Go ahead and kill it, Greg. That's more time to fight stone in this session. That's fine.
Yep.
Shut up, Katie.
Yeah, easy.
Why don't you pipe down? I'm scared of him.
And it's still armor piercing 1, right?
Armor piercing 1, yes, sir.
I wonder about Katie. I really do. Which side she's on here?
I know.
She's on my side.
I'm just a guest, Stephen. It's fine.
Which means she's on nobody's side but her own.
24. Okay. So that would do 2 wounds. I'm going to go ahead and spend one of its chips to attempt to soak. It gets, let's see. Oh, that's not very good.
That's bad.
I'm going to roll that.
Willie just
Spend
took
its
his
other
damn
chip
leg
reroll.
off. It's gone. It's got no leg, Jim.
So, yeah, that's not doing too well. So yeah, it's down to it's that takes off one of the 2 wounds. You have done a wound to it. As you hit this thing, you do manage. It looks like you hit one of those lines. It's that sort of is. It's hard to really aim it because it's like in the back, but you think you just managed to ricochet off and penetrate some pipe or other, and you see steam coming up from it. It's like, and it seems to be wobbling a little bit. And do you have any more shots?
I believe it's been a while. I've got 2 more, right? Because I fired 2 per gun.
You did, yeah. You did a thing where you get like up to 4 shots.
I got 2-fisted ambidextrous, so I'm going to take 2 more. Shoot.
But that's right. With each shot, you only get the first wild die. That's right, because that's how because you're really doing them off the same roll effectively.
Oh, okay. So with my second shots from each one, I don't get the wild die. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's how we
It ain't gonna matter.
So the first one's gonna hit, not with a raise, but it'll hit. Okay, so that's 5 damage. Ping, just bounces off.
Okay.
Oh, fucking ping. All right. I don't like the sound of pings. Oh.
Second shot will hit. And that again, that'll
14.
do 10 damage. You hear another kang. It's sort of just you get close to where you think you hit before, but it ricochets off.
All right, shit. And he turns back around and hides behind the wall.
All right.
Okay.
And next we have Ruth.
All right. Question. This seems to be steam powered.
Something like it. Well, it's got a As far as you're not sure, there's steam coming from it. So it's probably it's probably heating something.
On the interior of it.
On the interior. If you had to guess, it's probably ghost rock.
Okay. But it's well known that if you cool a furnace pretty quickly, it explodes.
Ooh. That is true.
It's just a big walking furnace is all it is.
Science.
I will say Ghost Rock does some weird things.
Okay.
So you think that might work?
Okay, let's start by debilitating it, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to cool it very quickly. The sister steps out, and she holds up, her rosary, and she simply puts a hand out, and she says, she yells, "Shield your eyes," All right. And she says, God said that there be light, and there was light. And she's going to blind the machine.
Oh, yes.
I don't want it to be able to see us. So faith roll? No. Yes. Or is that
Yes.
spirit? It is faith.
It's
Yeah, that's right.
faith.
Faith to cast it. Oh, I'm going to spend a
Okay.
chip on that one. But what does a
Uh,
blue chip do?
it lets you add a d6 to your roll.
And a white chip allows me to re-roll it.
That's right. So if you added a d6, you'd have 5 plus a d6.
No, I'm going to
Um,
re-roll. I
all
think I'm
right.
going to re-roll.
You reroll.
Gotta do better than that.
A
Same,
completely different 5.
different 5, same BS, I guess. How many chips can I use in a turn?
As many as you like.
Great.
Until
We'll
you
add a
hit snake
D6.
eyes.
Let's add a D6
Alrighty.
for shits and giggles. Oh,
6.
I swear to God, this game hates me. Okay, so 6. Is that enough to make
It's
it
a
happen?
Success. Yeah,
Great.
it'll-
Success
it'll-
is what it needs. And then bright light. Those affected by the power suffer blurred vision or near complete blindness with a raise, which I didn't. Success means you suffer a -2 penalty to all actions requiring sight. And I will drop this in chat. Boom sauce.
Okay.
The victim automatically tries to shake off the effect with a vigor roll as a free action at the end of its following turn. So this first one will have to
Gotcha.
take it, and it removes 2 points of penalties and removes the infect entirely. So at least it's blinded for now, so we can figure out our standing.
Okay. So the victim suffers a -2 penalty to all actions requiring sight. Okay. All right. Yeah, it is. It's right now. You do that. This flash of light comes at it, and it's now sort of rotating on its torso, as it's now having trouble figuring out where exactly to go, and it's now lashing out.
I make like big motions without saying anything. I go, it can't see you.
All right, that was Ruth, and we are now over to Celeste.
She realizes that Celeste or that Ruth says that and just nods. And she's been carrying around her parasol even though it's dark outside, and she
Yes.
whips it up, turns it, and it cocks into place. And where she would usually push something to, put it back into place, she's going to fire off her rifle parasol up at it.
Yes.
Full on penguin style.
All right, so that is a hit. That
I
is
love that. That's cool.
that's not a raise, but it is a hit. You'll see, we'll hit it. Oh, that's very good. So 15.
And it's
Do you have
2 AP?
2 AP? Okay.
Yeah.
13. Yeah. So I'm looking at it now, and so it's got a 14 down to 12, 12, 13, 14. Oh, almost. You almost got the. You almost got more than the one. So that is a second shaken result, which let me just check to make sure it doesn't have anything special, because that may cause a wound.
I don't think so. I copied it straight from the little book thing you sent me, and that was everything that it had.
Cool. Well, no. What I'm saying is that it you got a second shaken result on it.
Oh, got
so
you. Cool.
That yeah, and it's already shaken, so that's gonna cause a wound. I'm gonna go ahead and spend one of my general chips to see if it can overcome that. It's got a -1 right now, and let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and do one wound. See if I can. I'm gonna see if it just does it. Soak. Let's see. Oh, that's not very good. And it figured in the -1. Okay, yeah, so that's not very good at all. I'm gonna try one more chip on that. I'm gonna try to re-roll soak here.
Oh
That feels better.
no!
So
Damn it, Jim!
you don't do that
Damn
one
you,
hit.
Jim. Damn you.
It doesn't.
You hit it. The bullet lodged in there.
But that's 4 chips gone, right?
That's yep. I've only got 5 chips left. But it is no longer shaken.
Holy what?
I get 1 chip for every player.
She's going to
NPC has 2.
she's going to do the same thing that she was and try to go back behind the little thing she was behind since he's
All right.
blinded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it cannot see you, so yeah. All right. So yeah, you get behind some junk, and now we are over to Val.
Hi.
Hello.
So I'm gonna go in the window quietly.
All right. Yes, there is a window. Top. Are you going like what floor are you going?
Top, tippity top, top, top.
Tippity top floor. Okay. I'm really just gonna need just strength rolls. If you can just get the thing open, or just make it happen.
Right.
Yeah. You can if you wish break through, or you can just.
No, I just want to lift it up with my
Okay.
clackety nails.
You break the you break the latch on it, and from what you can see, which you're seeing a lot better right now.
Yeah.
There are books in there. It's you see that it's a it looks like this is the top floor of a library.
Yes.
Okay. I am looking for what I'm supposed to be looking for. Both things. Weightless stuff is the priority, though.
All right. So I need you to make a notice roll for me.
Okay. My notice stays the same. We'll see. I'll re-roll that.
Okay.
I'll use a white right now.
All right.
4.
Yeah. Okay. So looking around, you don't immediately see anything weightless. You do, however, not directly as far as you know, but just sort of looking around, you do see what look like some occult tomes, and you sort of spy. You see sort of along the you haven't had time to really soak it in yet, but it's like you notice it has some occult tomes with some weird. It's a little faded, but weird looking names on them that look like they're actually kind of. They're not exactly hidden, but they're kind of behind sort of a podium-looking thing that they have in here that look like they're particularly they've got something in them.
Great. I'll just grab them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just put them in my bag. I assume that's where I got all my books.
Yeah. It's the three. They're titled the book of each of these 3 books. And each one, it's like 2 of them have weird names, which I don't know if you take time to read or not. And the third one is the Book of the Stranger.
Ooh.
But they look like they're.
Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
They look like they're a set. They look like they're a set.
Great. Yeah, great. Okay, I take those.
Okay, so that's this turn.
Yeah.
Let us move on to Elijah. You're up on the roof.
Jim, I want to look for something other than the robot. Is there something, or the whatever the hell that thing is, the scrap heap? Is there something else that I can see? Somebody controlling this thing? Anything?
Okay. You're up on the roof. You're looking around. Make a notice roll for me real quick, since it is night. I just want to make sure you can see something.
Oh, I got to go back to my character. I've been watching everybody and their cards.
Okay.
How'd I do?
That's you got a 3. So it's not quite a success.
I'm going to re-roll that.
All right. You want to spend white or red?
White.
All right.
I'll take that.
5.
One.
You're good. You're looking through and you just sort of barely see on the other side of the scrap pile that this thing was coming away from. It looks like somebody sitting in a chair. With
somebody
like
dead,
sitting a hat down over their face, over his face. Just kind of like this, with their hands up. It's hard to see.
I'm gonna put a bullet through him.
All right. Go ahead and make a shooting roll for me.
Oh. Don't forget that aim, yo.
Oh, I'm not forgetting. I got lots of advantages.
Here, I'll just add this there for you.
Now I am going to say you had to move to get to this spot this round, so you don't have the full everything, but you do have.
Okay, but I have a +2 to the my special weapon and and whatever the sister gave me. So, oh my god,
Oh dear. That is Snake Eyes and cannot be re-rolled. Okay. You have down in the field 1, 2, 3, 4 companions.
Oh no.
I'm
Jim,
going to
don't
roll
do
a,
this to me.
I'm going to roll a d6.
Can the robot be one of them?
I'm going to roll a d6. And if it's a 6, you'll hit the robot.
Okay.
If it's a 5, you hit no one.
Okay.
1 through 4, you hit someone else.
Oh no.
And I've just fixed on my screen who 1, 2, 3, and 4 are.
Oh my.
And
I can't watch this.
here we go. 5.
What is it? What is it? I didn't see it. How did that come through?
Bullet goes stray.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Can't quite see it. Couldn't quite get it, but it's the damnedest thing. Freaking bird flew in front of you.
Oh no!
Looked like a crow. All right.
Willie from the shadows. What the fuck are you doing, Elijah?
Well, so now I'm steadied, right? I got a beat on whatever is in front
Now
of
you're
me,
now
right?
you're there. Now you're the yeah. So yeah, next round you'll have your not moving bonus. It's the scrap monster's turn. So it doesn't get to try to get out of the blindness until the end of its turn. So
Negative
it's
2.
going to try. So it's at a -2 to try to hit anybody. I'd say that so in front of it, it's got these 3 people that and Celeste has been hiding. These 4 people. These 4 people. Celeste's been hiding. The sister has not, and Hazard has not. I think Hazard volunteered to be secondary bait, if I recall correctly. So I'm afraid, good doctor, it's going to try to swipe in your direction.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So this is fighting. I need to make it at -2. Here we go. Oh dear. Okay, that's a very good hit. That's a very palpable hit. So let's see. Oh, that's right. I should have gone over here. That's all right. Ignore the attack roll you're about to see because this is the
It made that with a -2 as well?
Okay.
Oh my God.
So that is going to be 21. Remind me what your toughness is? Because I'm about to do more math.
Toughness is 6.
Okay. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that would be 3 wounds that it's going to do is it's like coming, swiping into you.
I would like to attempt to soak.
You may, sir. You got a couple chips. Also, I saw there was a pledge that came in earlier, didn't it? Did someone get some chips?
I got a white chip and a legend chip, Jim.
Oh my God.
All right. There it is. All right.
Okay.
But Dr. Hazard, do you have which chip do you want to spend for this? It's either way, but I just want to know.
I'm going to spend the white chip.
All right. Go ahead, and you've got your soak. So okay, that was 1 success.
I would like to spend the legend chip, please.
Yes.
That's oh yes, you do have one. That's going to be a D6 plus 2 to add on to this roll if you wish. Okay.
Right.
So that's
10.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to spend a blue chip, please.
Where am I? There I am. I've been looking at the wrong thing. Yes.
Can we give him chips?
Nope. That's a power.
I think I accidentally took a chip from someone. Let me put it back. There we go. I think. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. I'm giving a chip to Elijah.
Gonna need it.
I'd like
All
to
right.
spend the red chip, please.
All right. You're at 11. 12, 13. Okay, so that's all three. That takes care of all of it. You're hit. You are thrown back just a few feet.
God.
You land against a pile of scrap, but you actually land against a mattress.
Okay.
So you are unharmed. All right. So that's
It gets to make a vigor roll.
yeah. So you're good. It does get to make a bigger roll. And so we go ahead and do that. I shall roll.
Bad
Vigo.
roll. Come on.
It has a wound, so this is at -1. Actually, no, I've already got a wound in there, so it should factor it in automatically. Let's do that. Vigor. Okay. It succeeds.
Okay. I'm gonna put this
Were there
thing
any?
in.
Wait, does it get? Wait, it's a vigor roll as a free action. Okay, it's a regular.
Yeah,
This
it gets it
doesn't
at the
require
end
fight.
of its turn. Yeah,
Okay.
and so basically the
So it's
blindness
like,
is broken.
and you see these 2 points of light come on in its head. It's like it seems to shake itself and turn. And now we are over to Erasmus. It is your turn.
Well, having just had the most unfriendliest handshake, I'm going to switch from the Gatling pistol, which seeing Willie's shots ping off it, I already have its attention. So
You do.
switch into the Winchester, and I'm going to take a shot.
All right.
Alrighty, so here goes
Shoot him.
nothing.
Okay,
It
that'll hit.
Okay.
All the luck to you.
Okay. So that roll by itself, like I said, unless you're spending any chips on this.
I don't think I got any left.
You got one. You got one white chip left.
Yeah, let's try it.
You spending that on the damage?
Yeah,
All righty.
come on, give me an 8.
Reroll. It's a little
Yeah,
better.
Yeah, but AP2.
Not enough, but it's better.
Yeah.
Once again, you've got the Gatling, or no, it's the Winchester. Like,
Yeah.
So Winchester 76. You blow a shot at this thing. Very loud clang comes off of it. All right, that's this round. New round, new cards.
Holy moly, gang.
All right, here we go.
Crap.
Fuck that damn 4, Jim.
Yeah.
Go.
How tall would you say this creature is from waist down?
From waist down?
Yeah. Like what's the space? What's the space
Seven.
between its legs? Could I run between it? Is it tall enough that I could actually clear between its legs?
It's
That's a
about,
Dave Matthews song.
I want to say it's probably only like about 10 feet, but let me just check. It's,
Tall totally.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's only 10 feet tall totally. So yeah, I don't think you could get
No.
between its legs. It's not that big.
Got it. Okay. Yep.
So
Just trying to
we're
get a
not
size
talking
idea.
Iron Giant category here, but
Great. That's good.
oof. All right.
How much does it look like,
Ugh.
like it
Oh,
weighs?
dear. Yeah, nice. A couple tons.
Does he even lift?
Oh shit.
Jim, does it like chicken wings?
Look, it's probably like a ton or two, somewhere between a ton and a half and 2 tons.
The sister's gonna start praying.
It's its turn also, strangely enough.
Here we go.
It gets to go first. It's coming around.
How?
It can now see in front of it, immediately in front of it, well, 2 people. 3 people, although Willie's, I suspect, a little further away. So I think it's going to.
But not yellow. Never yellow.
No, just at a respectable
It'll choose it.
distance.
It'll choose a target. It'll choose a target this time. It's going to aim for 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Still coming after Erasmus as you.
Oh, Lord.
That's some bullshit.
All right. It's going to try and pummel you. I'm going to actually hit the right button this time.
Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute. 0D fate. Yeah, that's not right. It's a 0 plus 0. Oh, no, you got it. It's 1d6.
No more
It's
chips.
You have the -2 still on for the blindness.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I mean, you could take it off. It would still be a 0
That's some
based on the roll.
bullshit. Yeah, he's dead. Missed.
Well,
There's
no,
something
it'd be
weird
a
there.
4.
Yeah, you're right. It is the -2. I rolled a 1. So yeah. It's gonna miss. It's like tries to get at you at point because you're over by the mattress. The mattress is kind of blocking it a little bit. It's trying to get, can't quite move its strong metal arms to pummel you. It's trying though. All right. Now we are on to Val.
Look at you.
Hi.
Pope is like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Look at him.
This is why we pray to the Lord.
Start praying to
Drink
Val.
right there. Pope, you need to take a drink right there, buddy.
Okay, Jim,
I'm saving some for Stone, damn it.
how fast can I tear through this place?
Who?
I could say you can get, there's a spiral staircase.
Yeah,
You could get down to the next level down and look around,
yeah.
and that would probably take this, and maybe pick something up that would take this action.
Okay, I'll do
So
that.
basically you could do a level per round, basically.
okay. And if I wanted to, I guess there's no like move action, or I guess there's pace.
You can run. Yeah,
push-
if you run, then you then any actions you'll take will be at basically a -2.
Yeah,
But you can get down, do a thing, then run down further.
yeah. That's what I want to
and
do. That's
that'll-
what I want to do.
All right. Yeah, so you can just basically I'm not gonna make you roll pace.
Thanks.
You can run down and you can basically do a notice roll at -2.
Okay. Well, not yet.
If you well, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I misunderstood. Okay, got it. I'll use a red chip.
All right. Do you want to add or re-roll?
Add.
Okay. So that's a 7 total. So it's still 1 success. As you're looking around briefly here, it looks as though on this floor, more books. This is a big multi-story library. You do find what looks like sort of you see in between there's a sort of a folded up map-like thing behind one of the shelves. That looks like the most interesting thing in here. Obviously, you think if the doc were to come into this place and look around, he'd probably find a lot more of interest here.
Sure.
But right now, your eye is drawn to this folded up piece of paper that's on the side of one of these
Okay.
one of these bookshelves. If you grab that,
Yeah.
then that basically it's it says it's just like it's a very old scrawled note that you don't it's yeah, Jim did not prepare letters ahead of time, but he should have. So yeah, it's an old basically a scrawled note. It's like it's some kind of note that just says remember the rug.
Remember the rug?
Remember the rug, and it has a number of sort of weird like markings underneath it.
Okay.
And you then dash down to the next floor, which is more books.
Yep.
Um,
Hate this place. Like my nightmare.
Start burning
All
it to
right.
the ground.
Now we are over to, let's see, Hearts is, oh wait, is that an 8? That's an 8. Erasmus, your turn. What do you want to do?
Not die.
Okay.
Move.
So yeah, since apparently this thing's preferred prey. We're going to have a cartoonish like moment where we're going to see Erasmus running across the yard, waving at this thing to chase him, and just booking it across across the yard, running in, just bathed in moonlight. These two shadowed figures, Erasmus just with the Winchester in one hand, running across the lawn, and then this giant thing pursuing him.
Okay. So, quick note. If you are withdrawing, it will get a free swipe on you because it's not currently shaken.
Okay, let's not do that.
Okay.
And in that case, I guess we're standing up and fighting. Can I shoot with the Winchester since I'm engaged, or
Not a
am I-
Winchester. You'd need something shorter. You could shoot with anything that's like a pistol.
Is there like a defensive stance you can take for next time around?
There is. If you want to go total defense, let me see here. What do they call it? Defend. It's +4 to your parry. Takes your entire turn, and you may not run. But
I'm guessing we're doing that.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to pull a Bowie knife and try and fend this thing off. I'm
All right.
knife fighting in the Iron Giant, folks.
Awesome. That's something I'd want art of. Okay.
Oh man, oh man.
All right. So you have +4 to your parry effectively right now. Okay. So let's see. Next we have hearts better than diamonds. So Ruth, what do you want to do?
Praise be. Okay. It's like run past me, right? After the doctor. It's like not looking at me, yeah?
Yeah, it's not looking at you right now. No, it's like
Okay. The sister very quickly pulls out her canteen and like wets her hands and puts them out, and she's gonna use something new. I'm gonna blast this mofo with ice. I'm gonna blast it with ice. So here's the deets. It launches a ball of explosive energy or matter with the effect of a medium blast. There's the damage. There's it with the raise.
okay.
And I think I want to hit its core body, like the piece that seems to be steaming.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make your
Everybody, come on. The sister could really use something more than a 1.
That's considerably more than a 1.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's with a raise, so that's 3d6 damage.
F yeah.
Okay, who doot? Well, that wasn't so good. That deserves the white chip for a re-roll.
And there's
Alrighty.
the ones you weren't looking
There's
for.
the ones. It's okay. I hit it. That's all that matters. That's what really, really matters. Okay, so I had one white chip I hadn't used, which is gone now. So I'm gonna re-roll those 3d6. Oh,
Better.
that's what I needed.
Don't they explode?
You see, it's like something's happening to it.
I'm hoping
It's
it'll
like-
at least slow it down.
It's slowing down. It is shaken.
No, Dot's 6s. Don't the 6s explode that she rolled?
Oh, the 6s. They do.
Oh, so that means
Laura nailed that.
You'd re-roll those 2 6s and add them
Look
to the
at,
15.
look at you two with the rules.
Roll 2d6. Okay. Much better. So that is a 24.
24.
Okay. Now, this is ice. It's not really necessarily piercing, but so I'm starting to count from 14.
Ice baby.
7.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's 2 wounds.
Great.
And it's gonna try soaking it.
Jim,
Yes.
I was just gonna say fuck you, but just
Yeah, don't soak it.
Thank
you don't
you.
really want
Thank
to
you,
do
son.
that.
Use up all them chips, Jim.
Really want to do that.
son of a bitch.
Let's see. So that took care of 2 of those wounds, but you did do another wound to it.
Great. Just
So-
great.
Stone is screwed after this.
Actually, no, that was only 2 wounds, wasn't it? All right.
But it soaks everything.
Yeah, it does soak everything.
Damn it.
So actually, unfortunately, it's not shaken. But You do actually. The thing is, you are hitting it with ice, though. So I'm going to say you actually do a level of fatigue to it.
Oh. Okay. It's down to 13.
So it's now like because it's now having more trouble moving around.
Great. Fantastic.
All right. So, which I think will also factor in when it tries to do things. We'll know when I roll again. And over to Willie.
Shooting it a lot.
All righty.
Yeah, you take those 4 shots. We're gonna need it.
Okay, 7.
Okay, hit. Okay, so that's going to be 13. It's armor piercing, right?
It is armor piercing 1.
That'll
Wow.
shake it.
Perfect.
All right,
More chips.
I'm gonna shoot
Just
it.
what you needed.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Righto.
Surprise.
You get so many chips.
Okay, and this second one is just the 6, but that still hits.
Fuck yeah, baby.
19. And its armor piercing 1. Is that
Yep.
right? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's gonna do a wound. I gotta burn through these. It's gonna try.
It gets the wild die, doesn't it?
It got it. It does get the wild die. It is a wild card, but it did spend another chip. So
Don't you have 2 more shots?
I got 2 more shots. Yeah.
Yep.
Sister's sweating over here as she's making ice.
Next one counts the wild die. Next shot you take.
Next shot does count it does not count the wild die.
It does because it's second. It's every second shot that doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Right.
11. That's a hit with a
Nice.
raise.
Nice.
So you're gonna get the extra damage. Okay, so an 8, 9, 10, 11.
Can I re-roll that with a white chip?
You may.
Cat gave me a white chip. I'm gonna give it a shot here and
Yep.
see if I can.
Do it.
It's actually that's less. So you still have the 12, but it's still, if it's only AP1, it's not going to be quite enough.
I'm too happy about that, Jim.
Okay, what do I have left here chip wise? I got another white.
You have
one.
a legend chip, you have a white chip, and a red chip.
Let's re-roll. I'm gonna use another white chip here, if that's okay.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
Fuck in the
Yeah.
damn.
Nope, still your best is 12.
All right, I got 1 shot left.
All right, let's take it.
Willie comes around after firing 3 shots. He's like, "You fucking son of a bitch!" And is this just the first die? It's not the wild card die.
It's gonna be the first die. Yep. But you hit with a raise.
Yeah.
All right.
18.
Now, what I'd like to do here is, Jim, are you going to soak this shit?
Well, I've got 3 chips left.
God damn! How many chips do you have? All right.
It's
Fucking Vegas called.
Wait.
The fix is in.
Is that isn't that a raise on your damage? Or does that not work for the second shot? Because you got 2d6.
It's the bonus damage counts. So I add
The bonus. Okay.
yeah.
And then but it's
So
not
a
armor
total of
piercing.
18.
Don't mess with Dot.
I was like, come on, we got to do better than that. Come on, gang.
So if you can soak all of this that I've just done, I've done with a raise. How many wounds do I do right now?
It's 1 wound right now because it's up from 13.
Okay.
So
Can I add more to this?
Yeah.
In the event, because then you can only soak 1 wound at a time potentially.
Well,
correct?
I can soak as many as the bigger roll gets successes.
All right, I'm not gonna waste it then. I was gonna use my legend chip. Damn it.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Save that shit.
You use your legend chip, I will not soak.
Oh well, I'm absolutely using the legend
Do
chip
it.
then.
There it goes.
It's cold. It's gonna explode. Can't wait.
1d. It's 1d6 plus 2, right?
Yep.
So
Okay.
6 more.
All right. So that adds 18. So that is 24. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 2 more wounds. It is at 3 wounds. It is not looking good.
Is it 3 wounds? And what did Ruth do to it? It's in another state, right?
It's also
Fatigued.
It's also fatigued.
Fatigued. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
which also throws it off some. All right.
Willie's gonna
So,
hide.
yeah, you're definitely. You're like you're firing at this thing. Willie fires at this thing rapid fire with his 2 guns, and this thing it's like
Jim,
it turns and it's wobbling back and forth, trying desperately to get out of the path.
Jim, I'm on one side of the fence, and I see through the gate that I'm laying against. I see Pope run through and this robot run through. Willie steps into the gate that they came through from the scrapyard, fires his 4 shots, and then hides on the other side of the fence.
Awesome. I see we've got more tips coming in. I'll handle those as soon as I find out what those are. But let's see. We are over to Elijah.
I'm gonna shoot the dead thing that's sitting there. I'm gonna put a bullet right
I
there.
shoot the dead thing that's in there. All right.
Absolutely. He sees
and,
he sees the robots on the ropes. Willie, the sister, and Doc have got this.
Do this one more time so we know.
Yep.
All right.
He's gonna put a bullet through their brains. Let me get back to my. I've been watching all the cards and the.
Mm-hmm. So called shot penalties are reduced, which means that if you.
Well, I've got marksman. I'm standing still.
Yeah.
I've got special weapon. I've got like she blessed me, so I'm at like +5.
Yeah. So called shot. Yeah. Basically, with the aim called shot, it just basically means if you want to make a called shot, then
I'm a called
like
shot
the
right
head
through
or
his
a.
brain.
Yeah, right to the head.
Okay.
Right
So
through
yeah,
his
that's going to
brain.
be. So that's normally -4. It's now only a -2 because you've got aim.
No, it should be. Hold on. I got marksman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a +2.
Okay. So that makes it even.
I got my special effect, my special weapon, which is a +2.
Okay, so that's +2.
Yeah, and then I got what the sister gave me, which is a plus. So
Well,
+3.
no, it's only +2 because that only reduces the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's you're at +2 right now, net.
Well, I'm
Net.
going to shoot that thing through the head.
All right, you hit it. Go ahead and make your damage roll real quick.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
Okay.
Can I re-roll that? Does that all I need?
Before
That's
you
Colt.
do that,
Hold on, where's
yeah.
the Colt? That's a Colt. That's a Colt, Jim.
Oh, okay.
There we go. There's the Winchester.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
You hit it. You get that full damage. You see this thing basically it goes through the hat, and you see the body of an old gentleman slump forward
Fuck you.
and fall to the ground. He is definitely dead now.
If he wasn't
You
already.
have been arrested.
Oh Lord.
Executed. What's wrong with you?
You ain't there. He's been arrested, pal.
There's a monster killing his friends.
You just made
We're
him
taking it
famous.
out on the old sleeping old man.
I only shoot old people.
Well, that old man will not be able to terrorize anyone ever again.
Nope.
He will never be heard from again.
All right, we're over to Celeste.
Is the steam monster thing still going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
cool.
looks
Cool.
hurt,
Cool.
but it looks really hurt, but it's still trying to do stuff.
Then I'm going to look around, see where it's going, and I'm going to pull off 3 more feathers from my necklace and cast bolt. I'm
Nice.
going to just try to, because it's slowed down because it's fatigued and frozen,
Oh, yeah.
sort of, right? And then just like I'm aiming at a dartboard, aim them with the quill facing out and fire them off one by one. And I'm going to do it so they cost 6, so I can do them for 3d6 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And are you dealing or are you?
I'm just going to
casting?
cast them normally.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, I think I put this in the right way. I'm going to roll 1 and just make sure I did it right.
Sure. This is a test roll.
Is that the correct way?
Looks like it.
That's the damage.
Well, it's no. That's there's a it.
That's spell casting.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
I
have
see.
to-
I see.
have to
Yeah.
make sure
Mhm.
I do it first. So
Yep.
Yeah, it
I
looks
hit
right.
first.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that looks right. It's that would be a hit.
Oh, I see. Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay. And then my
So
second
that's 17. Yeah. Oh, second one. Remember, this is three. This is multiple bolts at a time, right? So
Yeah, this will be 3. It'll cost 6 power points, and then I change it so it's 3d6 damage.
Only the first wild die counts. So you're gonna get 2 hits at least, but we can see how this goes.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got 13. That's a hit with a raise. Oh, that's so much damage.
Do I need to do the third one?
If you would like, but
Okay.
30s,
entirely
my
up to you.
God almighty.
Do it.
Okay. That's
Yes.
less. That's less damage. Okay, 17.
54 total.
Okay,
54
well
total.
remember these are 3 separate bolts. So
Yeah.
I got to take these separately.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and do this in order. First bolt, 13 damage. That would be enough to cause another wound because that's actually no, it's a 14. Oh no, you get your bonus damage on it. 14. That's what you need. That would be enough to cause another wound. So, I'm gonna spend a chip.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to go ahead and get it in a line. At least it would
Yep.
all
Oh,
be
absolutely.
done. Yeah, done with.
Vigor.
Yes.
He fails to soak. I got 2 more chances. Second one he soaks and is no longer shaken. All right. Second wound, 30 damage. That's a lot. So let's see. We're talking, I have 1 chip. 30 damage versus once again 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 4 wounds.
Nice. I bet you can't
I'm
soak
gonna-
that.
Well, we're going to find out. Oh my God.
I just want this thing to die.
I don't want to talk about
19.
this.
So let's see. And that's with the minuses for the wounds and for fatigue.
I hope you're happy with
Yeah.
yourself, Jim.
I hope so too.
He's a real bastard. He's a real bastard.
He got a 19.
Apologize to them, Jim.
So 4, 8, 12, 16. So that does, you have its attention now, definitely. With that third roll though, you do enough damage. That final bolt comes arcing out
Jim,
for 17 damage.
Architect gave you a legend chip.
A hand to one of us, if chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Just so you'll know, I do have to give it to someone.
Decides where it goes.
Yeah, I can't have a legend chip.
Elijah.
What I get instead is another thing, but we haven't introduced that yet.
Oh my God.
But I will. But it's a legend chip we're going to assign to someone randomly, as we haven't introduced that yet. That'll perhaps be introduced to the future state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes to Elijah.
Nice. Please don't shoot an already dead man with it.
Congratulations.
Or one
That
of
dead
us.
man's dead, sister. That dead man ain't that old man. He ain't never coming back.
Try to not to shoot me in the back of the head with a legend
Yeah,
chip.
and try not to shoot any of us with a legend chip. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. That's my brother.
Yeah, you have insulted me.
Do not assault the DuPont family name.
So, with that
See,
last,
there's one thing you do not do is assault the DuPont name.
I thought you said salt, just regular salt. And I was like, look, I'll salt you.
I
Katie?
like salt on corn and mashed potatoes.
Okay, come on, let's do this. Come on.
please tell me what this looks like when you
House.
destroy the scrap monster.
Yes.
So how the sister had frozen this monster, I think each of the pointed ends of the quills goes into what is a human would know, like the pressure points. It goes into each of the joints, the articulated joints of this monster, and I think it just digs into these parts, and it begins to crumble, and you just watch as it no longer can stand, and it begins to crumble and fall to the ground piece by piece, and it is beginning to fall in front of our eyes.
Awesome.
And you see as the feathers, they don't stay. The 3 feathers, they just go through it quickly, and they come straight back to Celeste's necklace in a flurry and go right back to where they were.
Awesome. This thing is disintegrated. It has fallen completely apart.
I go over to the doctor. Do you need to be? I look at you and I go, that was a mighty fine backhand you took. Would you like some healing?
I'm fine.
Then I offer you a hand to help you up.
I think I got it, sister. You should probably head on over to the house. See
Can I go
what our
search the old
friends have
man?
gotten into. Yes, you can search the dead old man, Magpie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on Val. I'll take to the front door and just see where she's at.
I'm going with the sister without
Okay.
not waiting for an answer. I'm heading over toward the house.
Okay. So just so I'll have a head count here. Hands up, who's going toward the house? 1, 2. Okay.
Who's going toward the
And
old dead man?
You're going to. Hands up, who's
Me.
going to the old dead man?
2 hands.
Okay.
Willie's behind a fence smoking like a proper badass.
What are Willie and Erasmus doing again?
They're burying people. Always.
No, I'm not burying, thankfully, but right now, considering I'm still miraculously here, I'm just gonna take stock.
Okay.
Yeah, Willie's just having a cigarette and in the middle of the compound looking around, offers one to the doc.
Elijah's looking for
The doc will take it
riches.
for the first time he's ever taken a cigarette.
So, the first thing I will handle, Val. You're inside this. You now have a little time to look. It's no longer in rounds. You're coming down. More books on the second floor. Nothing really immediately sparks your interest. When you get down to the first floor, though, I would like you to make a notice roll for me. Awesome.
Raise.
You're looking around. There are a few tomes here that might be, it's there are some books here, not as many. And in fact, I can, while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and let those of you in Roll20 see kind of the little sort of map of the house. Sort of at the base of the tower, you have essentially like a table and chairs, and then there's a big rug underneath it, which you realize this is probably the rug as you're looking around, because you see under it, there's something weird with the floorboards.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the rug back, and you see that the floorboards under it are loose. Doesn't take much to move them out. It looks like they're slotted in a way that you can move them.
Okay, yeah.
These have been here a long time. This whole place is dusty. It looks like the professor was in this place, but and you can kind of smell him that he's been here. This person's probably a man, older man, but not much. However, actually thinking down, he took a book that was on the second floor. But now, as you're moving these aside, you see in a compartment underneath, you see two things. There's this big, thick, old book that looks a lot like a family Bible. And next to it is this long Is this pine box about? It's not a coffin-sized pine box, but it's about. I want to say about a meter, say about a yard, a little over a yard in length. Long pine box.
Crack that open.
The box. Okay.
Sure.
Inside there is an object that is swaddled in cloth from the head to foot of the box. And inside there, it's an old sort of, not quite rusted. I think the term with metal, it's not exactly, sort of like oxidization has happened. It's not green, but it's
Hidden.
sort of very dirty, very dark. A sword.
Sword.
Well, that's a hell of a lot better than a dagger.
It's awesome.
And
Can I pick it up?
yeah, it looks like it has. Yeah, you pick it up. It looks like it has these markings on it that spell something out, maybe. And that's what you see. That's what you have.
And if I hear footsteps coming up through the front, I will drop my wolf form.
My only other question is, do you want to look inside the Bible at all?
Always. I want to look inside everything all the time.
There's a family tree in there. Goes back quite a ways. You want to look at starting at the front of the family tree or the back of the family tree?
Top, front.
There is the start of a line, which it just is a figure it's referring to in this old spidery handwriting as the sorceress. And it doesn't say who the sorceress. There's like a line with nothing there as to who the sorceress is paired with. But there are descendants from that single point. There's one line going off, it's just like an M that doesn't appear to have further descendants, but then all the way down, it looks like a number of families, 2, and then growing into 4, growing into 8. Further down you go, you see a lot of the name Whately over and over for pages and pages. As you get closer to the bottom of the family tree, you see it splits off into a number of other families. And primarily these family lines that look relatively within the last few hundred years. But the lines that you see, the names are Leeds, McCracken, Kerwin, and DuPont. There are many DuPonts.
That damn little Stevie.
And
60.
Let's see, it will come down. Does, by any chance,
What?
did they tell you your grandmother's name?
Who?
You think? Your parents.
Sure. Gimme.
It's on there.
Right. She'll put it away. That's what she puts away. She'll take the rest of the stuff out to give to the doc to look through. And she'll just start walking out the door with the sword.
Okay, we're going to move out to the scrapyard. The scrapyard that Elijah has gone around to this body of this old gentleman.
I'm so horrible. Yeah, I killed the old guy.
And you're looking him up, and the first thing you notice, you sort of turn him over, old guy, glasses.
Yeah.
It looks like he actually has been dead for quite a while. Just sort of looking him up and down. It's like he got crushed to death by something.
Mm,
Oh,
that's hard.
surprise.
That's horrible. Treasure.
In his clutches is a book.
Oh, I like that. No gold?
Well, I mean, you can check his pockets.
I'll take the book. Lauren's chastising me.
He's got a very nice pocket watch,
I ain't saying nothing to you.
which is broken. The book is titled Das Ebenschneier.
Huh? That's German.
Yes, it is.
It's-
Well, I don't speak German.
No?
Oh, Doc.
All right.
Doc is going this way, so apparently, well, I would definitely give that book to Doc for some free drinks at the 5.
Oh my God.
The folks who are headed into. Do you also go through his pockets just out of
Yes.
curiosity?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean,
Please roll a D100 for me.
I done shot the old fuck, so yeah, of course I'll do that. Anything in particular around him?
He has actually, well, he has kind of in his, it looks like sort of, as you look, you find on his leg, there's a kind of a strange looking gun.
Okay, I like it.
You pat this old guy
Has some
down.
kind of attachment to it. It's not a big gun, but it's,
I'm the worst. I'm really the worst.
and then also please roll D100 for me.
Oh, okay. So we're looking for money here.
I mean, just saying what you find.
Yeah, I like it.
I so want these to be like Curse of
shit,
the Black
hold on.
Pearl doubloons.
Gay walks away with him.
Yeah.
72. Give me
he
that
has
72
72
gold.
He has $72 on him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rob him later.
And yeah, that's most of what he has on him. And also,
What
of course,
kind of gun is it though?
he's got a go. You've never seen a gun quite like this before. This is like
Oh.
some sort of new science gun.
I'll give that to Willie.
There is also a broken gold pocket watch.
I'll take that too.
Yeah, which you can always at least sell for the gold.
I'm the marshal. I
You
don't
lie smirking.
take everybody's shit.
Okay, we're going
I'm just
to
investigating, sister.
we're going to head briefly. The people going into the house are going to just so you'll know, you have basically a couple of floors
Uh-huh.
where you can look around and find things.
The sister has no interest in that. Val.
I'd like to roll notice just in the background, Jim,
Sure, go ahead.
while they're doing their thing.
I'm here to make sure she's well.
Okay. Not a huge amount of stuff you find in here. There are some. There's basically the biggest thing you notice is that this house wasn't. A lot of the rooms were not occupied. A couple of the bedrooms upstairs were. There's a big trunk that's open with a bunch of papers and stuff in it. That looks like they might possibly have a bearing on something.
Mhm.
But that's basically what you find.
Yeah, if Val didn't point out anything important, then I'm not gonna. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
I'm more interested in Val. Once Val's okay, the sister's gonna take to the tower, and I'd like to go all the way to the top. And on my way
Okay.
down, I'm gonna burn it, all of it, every
Well, so-
book and paper.
You are beginning that process. You're going in. So, is it Val? Does Val also step outside?
Put me in the most dramatic place, Jim. I don't care where it is. I want to be there. I want to get on the train with you. Yes.
All right. Who else has been outside? It's just okay. I need.
I got so many books and a sword.
I'm following Val out.
All right. As you all are sort of returning to the front yard, there's someone standing there. And as you're just sort of looking this gentleman up and down, looks very gaunt. Very gaunt fellow. He's wearing black, head to toe. He's very pale. He's wearing a dark hat with a sort of crimson feather stuck in it. And just sort of as you look him up and down, he's got an ancient sort of brown coat that's kind of whipping in the evening wind. You see he's wearing a tasseled red sash on his hips, holds a pair of vintage Colt Dragoons in well-oiled holsters. And his waistcoat is studded with a collection of lawman's badges, each pierced by a single bullet hole. And as he steps forward, he says to you all, this man, as you're looking at him, actually, before he says anything, Elijah's out here. I need you to make a notice roll for me real quick.
Who's there? Me?
Well, you're outside, yes?
I thought it was starting to
Oh, yeah, you can still be back there. Never mind. We'll come to you. Don't worry about it. You're still back there.
I'll make a notice roll. I'll do it.
We can do it. We can do it.
Raise
when
the
you-
drama.
Yeah, I'm real.
Get on board.
All
Train's
right.
leaving. Come on, caboose.
I ain't yelling. I'll re-roll that. I'll use what's a red chip do for me?
The red chip will let you add a d6, or if you'd prefer, you can use it as a reroll.
I'm gonna re-roll, but
All right.
I'm gonna use the white chip that I got left, and then
All
if
right.
I have to use the red chip, I will use the red chip.
Gotcha. Okay,
I'm-
that's up to 5. Do you want to use the red chip for more? or
Yeah.
do you
What's
want-
that do?
It lets you add a d6.
Yep, I'll do that.
If you get a raise on this, you're going to get more information. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
10.
You have seen this man before. It was a long time ago. At the time he was alive, this man is clearly dead.
Where did I see him before?
You saw him at Gettysburg,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
commanding one of the companies out of Alabama.
Was it a captain?
He is a captain.
Is it?
This is Captain Jasper Stone. As he leans forward, just sort of looking up and down, looks at everyone, looks at Val as she's coming out of the house. He says, "Evening to you. I'll be taking that pig sticker and then I'll be on my way."
He's talking about this. That's what is he referring to?
And he's looking at the sword when he says it.
Oh,
And that is where we are going to end for the evening.
Talk.
I never get to quit.
Congratulations. You've met Stone.
Great, great.
You're all going to have a nice conversation with him next time, I'm sure.
Burn this
Just
property.
Just a conversation. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
I have really good persuasion. Don't worry about
You'll
it.
be fine.
I rolled a 30 damage tonight. We're fine.
All right. Well, we're very near the end now. And we'll have to see what happens as they've now met the person who's on the cover of the Deadlands book. So this will be quite interesting. Oh, the Marshal's Guide these days. It's time to go around and do our outros. And folks, again, say any thoughts you had about this session and where folks can find you. And I think we're going to, sure, I'm just going to go again, bottom left, upper right. Let's start with Pope.
Hey everybody, Pope World Build on Twitter, Pope World Build on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of me, you got a ton of chances this week. Check the Twitter. I love you, Jim. From the bottom of my heart. I hate you, Jim. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Thank you all for being here, whether you're live, watching on the VOD, or on YouTube. You're as much part of the story as we are. Love you all. See you soon.
Absolutely. And over to Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at KatieFace. I cannot believe Pope survived tonight. There was a moment where I really just went, well, he's dead, but he's not. So tomorrow you can find me on Off the Table at we're playing Alas for the Awful Sea. Thursday you can find me with Monster Hearts. Friday is D&D. Next Friday will be the finale of Lady Blackbird, Dark Side of the Blue. I'm really excited for the finale. I'm getting married, which is going to be a really fun time if I survive. So that's going to be fun. But if anything I'm doing, you can find me talking about it on Twitter. So it's going to be a great time. Thanks for having me again, Jim. I think everyone agrees. This is just such a fun, cathartic game, just fucking around. It's great. And this group is really, really fun to play with. I have a great time every Monday.
Yay. Awesome. That was a heck of a shot. That was a heck of a killing shot.
Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh.
And over to Steven.
I'm going to say that I really contributed tonight, but
I mean, you assured he was dead.
That's perfect Elijah. He acts like he did something. He really did nothing. He shot an old man. He almost killed people. And then I stole. So
so you were in character.
I felt closer to you tonight than I ever have, brother.
Right. I feel like I rooted on a bunch of these people. I was really happy for Katie and her 30 hit point G's and his shooting, and Doc not dying, and Lauren stealing and getting the books and getting the sword, and Dot blinding. I was real. We're rooting on people. So I feel like I'm there. So I had a complete blast. I don't want this to end. I really don't. I love playing cowboys. I love being the real bastard that I can be, because I could get really, I get way worse. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could be really, really bad, but I'm not gonna be, because I love my character. I love these people. I had such fun tonight. It was amazing. Jim, awesome job. Just fun. Can't wait till next week. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
See you next week. Bye.
Absolutely. And I just got to say, you actually got the book they came here for. So you have the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was holding the book. You robbed him of everything.
Wait, I got a legendary chip too. So
that's true.
Things are not looking good for them.
Believe me, you have made a contribution. And over to Dot.
Hey everybody, I'm Dot. You can find me online as Little Red Dot, Twitch, Twitter, your social media platform of choice, probably. I play all over the place throughout the week, but you can catch me in a bunch of sci-fi campaigns right now. You can catch me in the North by Northwest podcast. You can catch me playing some Vampire every Saturday, and of course you can catch me here on Mondays. If you want to keep up with all of that, just follow me on Twitter.
Yay!
Oh, and tonight, okay, so I have to say, we do a great job of planning and never following that plan. It is our go-to.
No plans.
We spent the first half of this game planning, and the latter half of this game not following that plan in any sense of the word. So
I followed the plan.
Val did follow the plan. Granted, the book wasn't inside, but Val followed her half of the plan. But
you follow the plan. Arson's being committed.
Oh yeah, I did say we'd burn some stuff, so we're gonna burn. I'm burning it all. I don't want anybody, good, bad, indifferent, to have any of this. The sister's gonna burn it to the ground, and then we'll deal with more undead. It's always just a blast. It's a blast to watch how each character contributes, successfully or not. We always manage to pull it off. A little ragtag crew. You can't stop us.
Excellent.
Until next week.
Okay, we'll see. Something's going to stop next week. We don't know what it is. And before I hand things off to Greg, I just once again,
Lauren.
Oh, good God! I skipped Lauren. I am an idiot. I'm sorry.
Forgot about me because I was too busy looting during a fight.
My apologies. My apologies. I saw the habit, the nun's habit, and just my brain just went right to it. Lauren, please tell us.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm not Salty Ginger over on Twitter, part of the Tales from the Grim team here on Twitch, and have Salty Sweet Games with my best friend Kiana. You can find me here on Mondays and over on Salty Sweet Games on Sunday mornings, and on Roll20 Switch one last time this Saturday morning for some Till Dawn, super fun. And I think that's it. I got a sword. Yay. I want the stats. Give me them.
You have a sword at the moment. We'll see how it goes.
What's he gonna do? Nothing.
Well, we'll see.
That seems like a far-fetched idea.
We'll find out. We'll find out next week. All right. My apologies. I did not mean to skip you. But I will say before I hand things over to Greg, this is always a delight. And it's always awesome just seeing what you folks do with it. You make this so much better than I ever could possibly. So thank you all so much for this. And I'm eager to see us bring it home next week.
Me too.
So, as for me, I'm Jim. I am OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and what have you. Over on my channel, I do streams. Tomorrow evening, we have our Masks campaign that's going on. On Saturday nights, we have Invisible Sun. On Sundays, we are returning to our one shot. So in the afternoons, we're going to have this afternoon we're going to have Fall of Magic, and that evening we're going to have our regular Dark Matter campaign, Ghosts of Saltmaw. And then Monday nights, 1 week from today, Monday night, I will be here, and I shall be throwing stone at this posse.
Oh shit!
I will be delighted to find out what happens. Over to you,
Sticks
Greg.
and stones may break my bones.
Right. Yeah.
Can Pope get out of
that's
this
the end
one?
of that.
That's going to be the question. Can Pope make it out of this one alive?
Don't make me take stone, please. Please.
All right.
Yeah, plans.
We'll pass this stone next week. So as we get into all this, I have so much fun with this group. It is unreal. Everybody has said it. Just a delight, kind, funny, incredibly passionate RPers. I couldn't enjoy it anymore. Greg Grimjack21502 on the Twitter, part of the Tales from the Grim team here on the Twitch. A lot of fun things coming up this week on the channel. On Wednesday, we have our W Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We have Watchmen, Port of the Black Freighter, and at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have The Witcher, Family of Wraiths. And then on Friday, the premiere of our Call of Cthulhu show at 1 p.m. Eastern, inspired by Bioshock, Rapture Below. So we have a lot of fun things coming, but please be back here next week. Start your night with at 6 p.m. with The Realms Remembered, and then join us here for the finale or ending or the whatever we're getting to of one of my favorite tales that I've been a part of in a very long time. So there's nothing left to do. There's only one thing left to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, but you can always role play. And if you can play with folks as great as the ones all around here, you're lucky, and I know that I am. We'll see you next week, friends. Katrina, Architect, thank you so much. Legion, thank you so much. We'll see you all.